Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fargo South High School for this Eastern Dakota Conference Class 2A division matchup between the Central Cass Squirrels and the Fargo South Bruins. I'm Dan Gunnarsson, joined by my camerawoman, Grace Lear, tonight to bring you this North Dakota High School matchup. We are late into the season, and playoff seedings are at stake, especially between these two teams, the Squirrels and the Bruins. A lot to kind of siphon through as we get into this pregame show to give you an opportunity to understand what a win would mean for both teams and what a loss would mean for both teams. We'll also hear from both head coaches of these programs during our pregame show, along with getting you those starting lineups. Our pregame show tonight is brought to you by Farmers Union of Wasselin Kramer. Scott and Tyler are your local small town agents for Castleton and surrounding communities, whether it's crop and farm, home and auto, health and life, commercial or recreational insurance. Come visit Farmers Union Insurance in Castleton for great rates and local service you expect. Things just getting underway here from Fargo South with a newly finished track surrounding this beautiful field in a beautiful October evening, a perfect night for high school football under the lights. We'll hear from the head coach of Fargo South, Tyler Kozel, when we return. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
The prices. From computer drafting, estimating, on-site consultations, free product delivery, they are there for you from start to finish. Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge, Ada, or online, adabuildingcenter.com. They'll help you turn your project into a masterpiece. Ada Building Center, LLC, building dreams, one project at a time.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
Welcome back to the Your Live Event pregame show. Dan Gunnarsson with you. I am joined by the head coach of the Fargo South Bruins, Tyler Kozel. Coach, appreciate you joining me as you prepare to take on Central Cass in this conference matchup. First and foremost, we're getting to that part of the season where, you know, every game is really gaining in importance as we look towards playoffs and seeding. And so while we don't want to put more importance over one game than another, has the practice intensity picked up a little bit, knowing that we're getting to that part of the season leading into this game?
Yeah, definitely. We've had some early injuries and things like that. We're starting to try to find our identity and hit our stride a little bit as a team. So practices have been great. We know we lost one a couple weeks ago to a good Central team that kind of slipped away. So we're going a little bit against the 8 ball. So we're in kind of a must-win mode. And we definitely saw it in practice this week that the intensity has been ramped up and our kids want it. So we have to put 4 quarters of football together. We haven't really done that all year. We've played 3 really good quarters, but we can't put a full game. And that's kind of our goal tonight is we got to take care of business and go out there for all 4 quarters and not make big mistakes that cost us in the end. So our guys are motivated. It's senior night for us, so they want to go out on top.
Last home game of the season for you before you go back on the road to Red River and Wapton. And I do want to go back to that game a couple of weeks ago. Central right now sitting at the top of the standings along with Kindred, but you guys were right there, a 3-point defeat at the hands of the Knights. What did you notice out of that game from your team that you feel that you can tap into tonight against the Squirrels?
Yeah, that's kind of been the biggest thing for us all year. I mean, our quarterback and our starting center went down in week 3, and we kind of had to replace them on the fly a little bit. And guys are starting to settle into their roles and everything from there. We had a lot of great things happen a couple weeks ago. Went down early, battled back, got the lead, had a costly turnover that gave a short field and didn't really hold on at the end, and kind of just ran out of time in that game. But we know we're capable. We just have to sustain it for 4 quarters. Even last week, I mean, we gave up 2 touchdowns within the last 3 minutes of the half, and those are things we can't have happen and expect to win football games. So we're cleaning things up on our end, and we got to get the kids got to have the minds right tonight to go out and play a great 4-quarter battle against a very good Squirrel team.
Yeah, Squirrels are a very good team, coming off a victory of their own as well. And from their standpoint, what have you noticed that they do well that is going to be a point of emphasis for you and your team?
Yeah, on offense, I mean, they're up tempo. They move the ball, get it to their athletes, do a nice job with that. Obviously, got 2 good bookends at the end of their offensive line that are tough to contend with a little bit. Defensively, they play fast, physical. I mean, they do a lot of really nice things across the board. So we have to limit our mistakes and play our brand of football and kind of gear it to where we're at, because we like the guys that we got on our side, and we just need to put a football game together.
Yeah, and I do want to correct myself. It wasn't last week that they lost,
Yes.
Or I should say one. It was 2 weeks ago. They took down Wahpeton 40-0. That loss last week because puts them in a similar boat to you guys, right? 1-1 in the conference, and now they're looking and going, hey, we can't really slip up again, because the end of their schedule is the gauntlet with Central and then Kindred to follow that up. If I were to talk to you after the game, Coach, and say, hey, congratulations on the victory, what would have it been that you guys would have done well enough to walk away with the W tonight against the Squirrels?
Yeah, our Achilles heel right now on defense is giving up the big play. So we have to limit those explosive plays, those big plays that end up for touchdowns. We've given up more 60-plus yard touchdowns than I think we have in my career. So it's been kind of odd on that end. We're playing good overall team defense minus those big plays, so we can't have one of those. And then on offense, we just got to stay the course. Get the ball to our playmakers. They got to go out and make the plays that are presented to themselves, and just got to play for 4 quarters. I mean, we can't have ups and downs. We can't start slow. We got to finish strong. So we got to have a complete game. I know it's kind of cliche to say, but that's kind of where we're at right now. We look really good when we look good. We look really bad when we look bad. So we are riding the roller coaster this year. We just got to stay even keel with where we need to be.
Well, it should be a fun one tonight, and I appreciate your time here on the pregame show. And from your sake, just because of those ups and downs, with it being senior night, the last home game of the year, hopefully you guys could end on that high, and we're talking after the end of this one. So appreciate your time this pregame show, Coach, and good luck tonight against the Squirrels.
Hey, thank you so much.
You bet. Head coach Tyler Kozel of the Fargo South Bruins. When we return, we will talk to the head coach of Central Cass. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
Welcome back to the Year Live event pregame show. Dan Gunderson now joined by Tommy Butler, the head coach of the Central Cass Squirrels. And Tommy, for you guys, this is the preparation of the gauntlet of your schedule. You've got, following this one, both Grand Forks Central and Kindred, and a Fargo South team that was really on the cusp of beating Central earlier in the season. First, take us through kind of what your year has been with the Squirrels, first year at this class of 2A, and just what you've seen from your team up to this point.
Yeah, I mean, this year's been awesome. Obviously, I mean, we have a couple hiccups or we have a couple losses in there, but as far as how the season's been great. We have a great group of kids that work hard, that put in all the time and effort that you could ask for and more. So as far as that stuff goes, as far as like the kids that we coach on a daily basis, man, they're second to none. They're a fun group to be around. I enjoy going to practice every day. We're still just trying to find what fits our kids the best, and finding out where can we be better as coaches to make sure that our kids are being as successful as we can. And obviously, again, last week was one of those moments where you feel like, man, we let one kind of slip away. But for us, there's always growth within losses there. And if not, I think then you're doing it wrong. So to us, we feel like there was a lot of things that we could have done better. Obviously, credit to Red River for winning. But I definitely think there were some things in there that we did that really, really hurt us as far as, again, coaching wise, playing wise. And now it's on to a really tremendously talented team. Again, their record is not who they really are. I would say I think they have some of the best athletes in our region. They just haven't quite put it together, and that's why their record is where it is. But I mean, they are a dangerous team. So we have not taken this week lightly at all. We know that this is a massively important game for us as far as playoffs are concerned. Everything is still in our reach, but again, you have to take care of business one week at a time, and this Friday night is no different.
This is such an odd question. I think as even if fans, we think about this sometimes. You hear it. Sometimes it's good to have a loss, and I'm sure you cringe at that because it's not. But when you have what you've got coming up, was the intention and the attention to details this week in practice a little bit more heightened than you had experienced throughout the year because of that close loss and because of what you've got coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, I think it's your job as a head coach is to, try to steer the ship the right way. The way that we came in to film on Sunday night was, this is an opportunity for us to learn. You have to be willing to learn. We had to sit down as coaches and figure out what are we doing to not help our kids out as best we possibly can. I think that's your job as a coach, is to take kids to places where they can't go on their own. And to me, I felt like we weren't doing a good enough job on that. And in our two losses, I definitely think that we could have done a better job as a staff. And then again, I think our kids would tell you the same thing. I think that in the Devil's Lake game and in Red River, I think we had opportunities to win those games. So for us, it was, there's, if you want the reward, there's responsibilities that come with earning rewards. And to us, it is paying attention to those little details. Again, we had multiple times in that game where we have little things that go wrong. We get called for a holding that, brings back a touchdown. We get a stop. We make them punt. We can't get off. They fake a punt on us. We punt the ball down the field. They turn it over. We don't do anything with it on offense. It wasn't one play. It was just all these little tiny detailed things that we just didn't do a great job of. And so, like you said, this week was attention to detail, but it's more importantly, it's just making sure that we are, again, when you have opportunities to make plays, when you have opportunities to call the right plays, are we making sure that we're doing that? Do we have the process as a staff of, are we making the right kinds of adjustments? Are we seeing the things that we need to? Do we have those steps in place? And to us, that was what we needed to do. It wasn't wholesale changes. It wasn't, oh my gosh, we need to panic and freak out. It wasn't any of those types of things. It was looking at what do we do? How do we make sure we get our best 11 on the field? When those best 11 are on the field, do they know what we're asking them to do? And then the question to them is, are you executing? Are you doing the little things when it comes to film study, when it comes to understanding what your job is? Are you doing those things to your best ability? Sometimes you're just going to get flat out beat by DNA. And we can always chalk that up. Like I can never get frustrated in the fact that maybe a kid's just flat out better than you. But what we can't get beat by is lack of execution, lack of attention to detail, and lack of focus, and then lack of accountability as players and as coaches. So that was our whole mindset this week. And again, I think we had a great week of practice. I think our kids are excited to go out and go play at a great facility. I used to coach at Fargo South, so I'm excited to get back there and play at a great. I mean, they usually have a great atmosphere, and again, I think their kids play really hard, especially when they're at home. I mean, like you said, they had a chance to beat Grand Forks Central. Had Grand Forks Central literally beat. So to me, they're going to play hard. Their crowd's going to be crazy, so we're excited for that. But it's going to be a great opportunity for us to bounce back and really prove the type of team that I think that we really have.
What have you noticed about the Bruins that you feel may give you or your team, your squad, some struggles?
Yeah, freak athletes, man. I mean, they are freaky athletic. They probably have 4 receivers that are probably faster than all of our kids on our team. Their running back runs really, really hard. They have some big kids up front, and then defensively, it's the same kind of deal. Like they can play man coverage because their kids are just better athletes than yours. But to me, it's, those are the challenges that you love, right? Like there is some DNA problems that we will have in this game that, again, we just probably can't match their speed. So what do? Are you putting your kids in spots that are going to, get that DNA exposed? I mean, gosh, I hope we don't. So we're going to try to mix and match and do some different things that way. But yeah, I mean, their DNA is really good. Like I said, they just have some things that they can do that we can't. But again, I think that's your job as a coach is, can you make sure that you're not putting your kids in spots where that DNA will get exposed? Sometimes their Jimmys and Joes are a little bit better, but I feel like our staff has done a great job this week to put our kids in spots to succeed. We've had to mix and match and move pieces around and kind of manipulate what we do defensively and offensively. So for me, I'm excited to see the chess match. As coaches, we're going to have to do, but I think our kids are up to the challenge of knowing that, again, you're going to play a tremendously talented team. Don't get yourself in track meets, right? Like, if you get in a track meet, we're probably going to lose that track meet. But if we can do some different things to manipulate that, I think I like where we're at.
Yeah, you mentioned Jimmy Joe's. The following to that is the X's and O's. And so for you guys, where are you executing in those X's and O's that are going to allow for you to come away with the victory tonight?
Yeah, I think it's trying to not get your kids in spots where it's just straight up one-on-ones defensively. Obviously, everybody knows in every zone coverage, there's always going to be a man-to-man aspect of it. Always. Doesn't matter if you're playing cover 2 or cover 4. If you're playing cover 2 and they send 4 verticals, there's no chance that you are covering 4 verticals with 2 people. Same thing if you're playing cover 3. Like eventually, you have to get into a man-to-man situation. To me, it's, can we manipulate those coverages? Can we make it look one thing and play something else? Again, I'm not afraid to play some man-to-man, but we don't want it to be on obvious downs. We don't want it to be in spots where they know where it's coming. Again, I like the way that our front 4 plays up front. I think they can get after their quarterback. But he does a good job of being athletic, of moving around in the pocket. They'll take shots down the field, but they're also going to get their athletes the ball quickly, and that's going to be in space. So again, if you can manipulate coverage and sometimes play it where it's a 1 high, a 2 high, you're going to play some cover 2, some cover 4, some different looks like that where, you got the middle of the field open, middle of the field closed. Now that you're playing, again, you're playing the chess game. And again, I think my staff has done a great job of trying to manipulate those chess pieces around. And then on offense, knowing that, hey, we're going to get some man coverage. We're going to get some of those 1 high and 2 high looks. What are we going to do based off of that? We have to be able to run the ball. If they make us one-dimensional, it's going to be a tough night. So can we get our offense going? And can we get our run game going? And it can't just be, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Can we hit some explosive plays? And again, I think our O-line is excited for that matchup.
It's going to be a really fun game. A lot of people obviously going to be watching around the conference. What the results are from some other matchups, but this one I think specifically is going to catch a lot of attention just because of where the standings sit and where South and you guys could go depending on who wins. So we're excited to be able to bring this one for everybody. Excited that you had the opportunity to sit down with us on this pregame show. Coach, we appreciate the insight and want to say good luck for you at the Squirrels tonight.
Hey, you guys are the best. Go Squirrels.
Yeah, you bet. Tommy Butler, head coach of the Central Cass Squirrels. When we come back, more from the pregame show here on North Dakota High School football on your live event.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of Fargo Moorhead and the surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into selling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator. At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Dan Gutterson back here with you on the Farmers Union Walson Kramer pregame show, getting you prepared for Central Cass taking on Fargo South. A little bit about these teams so far this year. Through 6 games, Central Cass comes in with a 4-2 overall record, 1-1 in the EDC. Last week they lost to Grand Forks Red River 19-17 and have a pretty tough schedule ahead of them. Following this game, they've got Grand Forks Red River, and then they will follow that up with a season-ending game against Kindred. They have the second-best scoring defense in the EDC, allowing 16.7 points per game. The offense averages just a shade over 30 at 30.3 points per game. One stat to look for as this game goes on is going for it on 4th down. Central Cass has converted 75% of their 4th down attempts, 18 for 24 so far this year. A couple names to remember: Brody Kegley, the quarterback. He's thrown for over 1,400 yards and 15 touchdowns this year to only 2 picks. Colton Crochet, the running back. 593 yards and 7 touchdowns so far on the season. Kegley, he spreads it around. 6 receivers have over 100 yards receiving this season for the Squirrels. Blaze Cotton, the leading receiver, 31 catches, 339 yards, and 5 scores. Defensively, it's Trevin Quam, the defensive lineman, 31 total tackles with 4 tackles for loss. For the home squad, South, well, they come in with a 1-5 record, 0-2 in the EDC, a 35-3 loss last week. That's 5 straight losses. They did play Grand Forks Central tight 2 weeks ago, a 41-38 win, and as you heard on that pregame show, probably should have won that game, as both coaches said they had a shot at that. The quarterback for the Bruins is Austin Morris, 890 yards through the air and 5 touchdowns. He also has 3 scores on the ground this year. Henry Gray, the running back, is a guy to watch for on both sides of the ball. 352 yards, 3 touchdowns for that young man so far this year. But defensively is where he really shines. 43 total tackles on the year, 15 tackles for a loss, and 3.5 sacks. Drew Kessel's a name to remember, along with Kobe Simmers. Both those guys have combined for 58 catches, over 1,000 yards, and 8 touchdowns on the year. That is going to do it for our pre-game show, brought to you by Farmers Union Walson Kramer. Scott and Tyler are your local small-town agents for Castleton and surrounding communities. Whether it's crop and farm, home and auto, health and life, commercial, recreational insurance, come visit Farmers Union Insurance in Castleton for the great rates, and local service you expect. When we come back, it'll be the kickoff from Fargo South and a chance to see which team will stake their claim as getting ready for that postseason right around the corner here in North Dakota football. You're watching North Dakota High School Sports on your live event.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has brought in to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
At the Central Cass School District, excellence isn't just a goal, it's our mission by empowering individuals to make a positive impact. Central Cass School District is dedicated to providing students with an innovative curriculum supported by a variety of co-curricular activities from athletics and the arts to leadership and service, aiming to provide excellence between students, staff, family, and community. Central Cass School District, fostering student excellence by inspiring individuals to be their best.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
As an American Family Insurance agent, Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money, and they can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowner's insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back in your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
Dan Gunnarsson and Grace Lear back here with you from Fargo South, the brand new renovated track surrounding this field. It is, again, a beautiful October evening. Couldn't have asked for better weather, really, for football, and we have got a really good one coming your way tonight. I want to, again, thank you to both the coaches, Tommy Butler and Tyler Kozel, for those pregame interviews brought to you by the DJ Coulter Agency, your auto, home, life, business, and farm insurance agency that wants a shot at your business. Go to djcoulter.com. Well, Central Cass did end up winning the toss, and they will receive to start things. So we'll get a chance to look at their starting offense here when things do get underway. Let's run you through this real quickly. Starting at a left tackle, wearing number 74 will be senior Evan Wurzma. Starting at the left guard will be number 61, a sophomore, Aiden Peterson. Starting at center, wearing number 76, is senior Jennings Cooney. Starting in a right guard position, wearing number 51, Trevin Quam. Aiden Wunderlich will be starting at right tackle. He wears number 75. He's a senior. They spread things out here at Central Cass. 4 wideouts that we'll be looking for tonight. Parker Wixo wearing number 2, a junior. Easton Holland wearing number 8, another junior as well. Blaze Cotton, a sophomore wearing number 15. And the lone senior in the wideout position will be Mason Olson, and he's wearing number 5. The running back, a name to remember, Colton Cruchet, a senior. He'd be wearing number 1. And then Brody Kegley, the junior quarterback. He'll be wearing number 9. For the Bruins, defensively, they'll line up in a 3-4 set and look like this. Starting on the defensive line, wearing number 55, is 6'3", 225-pound junior Cullen Cooper. The nose tackle will be number 72, a senior Jacob Artek, 6'3", 280 pounds. At the other defensive end position will be Darion Williams, a 6'1", 275-pound sophomore wearing number 76. The linebackers will be Adron Wilson. He'll be wearing number 5, a 5'9", 175-pound senior. Tate Barnacle, another linebacker, wearing number 4, a 5'8", 160-pound sophomore. Henry Agray, wearing number 2, a 5'11", 195-pound senior. And Javon Anderson, wearing number 11, a 6', 170-pound senior. The secondary runs like this. The cornerbacks will be Gabe Johnson, a 5'11", 170-pound senior, and Jackson Lewis, a 5'10", 170-pound sophomore wearing number 21, while the safeties will be Shane Ajak, wearing number 7, a 5'11", 160-pound junior, and then Mari Ajak, wearing number 10, a 5'11", 160-pound junior. Fargo South, Central Cass, both, of course, looking up in the standings at Kindred and Grand Forks Central. Things were to start today with the WDA and the EDC would go like this. Central would be 1, Kindred would be 2, Grand Forks Red River 3, and Central Cass coming in at 4 on the western part of the state, so to speak, because Minot North would be 1, Devils Lake would be 2, Watford City would be 3, and Dickinson High would be 4. But we've got some big games coming tonight, in fact. Grand Forks Red River is at Wahpeton, St. Mary's at Dickinson, Watford City is at Jamestown, but 2 games that both the Western Dakota Association and the Eastern Dakota Conference have their eyes on tonight. Kindred at Grand Forks Central. That one actually got underway not too long ago. And Devils Lake at Minot North. Both 1 versus 2 tonight. And we'll get some separation in the seedings. We're just 3 weeks left in the season before things get underway. 6 teams on each side of the conference on the EDC and the WDA side. So you do have opportunities if you're South, even if you lose tonight. But they're not thinking about that. They're thinking about stealing away 1 from the Squirrels and hopefully can put 1 in the standings, their first EDC win of the season. We are ready to get things underway. As South will come out, Caleb Nissen will be kicking. A sophomore, I should say a senior wearing number 18 for Fargo South. 6'2", 190 pounds as he has this teed up on the 40-yard line. He'll be kicking to the north end zone. I asked one of the Central Cass coaches who's going to be returning for you tonight, and he said, we'll find out when you find out, as this one is taken at about the 4-yard line. Appears to be Easton Klein with it as he runs up the near side, far sideline, and then is taken down at about the 30-yard line. Make it the 29 officially, and that is where Central Cass offense will take over from. Brody Kegley. Kegley, I should say. So they get things figured out from a ball standpoint where they're going to place it on the far hash mark. Kegley, 1,452 yards, 15 touchdowns this year. Lots of motion to kick things off. Crochet gets into the backfield with him. Kegley, shotgun formation, now more motion. It's just going to be a handoff coming around the right end. With it is Blaze Cotton, and then he is one tackler past the 30 up to the 31-yard line. Just a gain of 3 on that first down play. They like to spread it out, the Squirrels, and they like to run sideline to sideline. Want to use that athleticism, want to use that speed. One of the terms that Tommy Butler used quite often that pregame show interview was DNA. And really, the athleticism of South, that'll be something to watch for, how Central Cass kind of counters that as Cagley throws it out. It's Cotton, and it is incomplete as it was dropped by Cotton. Kind of a quick out to the far side, and quickly it is 3rd and 6 for the Squirrels. Shotgun formation for Kegley. Puts a man in motion. It's going to hand it off to Cruchet up the middle, and he is taken down by a host of Bruins. Chief among them, big old number 74 for Fargo South. Coming up with that tackle was... Well, they don't have a 74 on the roster unless it's on this page, but yeah, 74 is a name that I am not even sure who that is going to be. Maybe Josh Supras. Regardless, ends up being a gain of 1, so we have a 4th and 5, and here's Central Cass, 4th down. We told you pregame, 18 for 24, going for it on 4th. Play clock at 6. Cagley will take the snap. He looks to his right. Now he tries to scamper out of it. Can't, then cuts upfield, looking for that first down, then dumps it away, and it is incomplete. A big stand for Fargo South right away, as Central Cass went for it on their own 33-yard line. And the Bruins in business. Boy, what a risky play call early on in this one. Central Cass. The Squirrels wanting to make a statement early on, but a turnover on downs, and it gives the Bruins and their offense an opportunity here. They'll be led out by Austin Morris, the senior quarterback for the Bruins. 5'9", 170 pounds. He's an athletic one as well. Does a lot of damage with his legs. He's joined in the backfield by Henry Agray, a two-way star. And just like that, Morris going to try to go to the right. And Central Cass defensively there with the stop. Aiden Thummel coming in from his linebacker position to make the stop. A 3-3-5 defensive look for the Squirrels. It'll be Hunter Rohr, Evan Wurzma, and Hunter Domeyer on the front line. The linebackers, we heard Aiden Thummel's name with that TFL, I should say. Trevin Quam and Colton Cruchet are the linebackers. We'll get to the secondary here in a second as Morris has a shotgun formation, takes it, looks to his left, step, fires out to the left, and it is, almost intercepted. The intended receiver, he was looking for Javon Anderson, out there defensively. Looked like you had Colton Cruchet, one of the linebackers, splitting out from that outside LB position. Secondary looks like this for the Squirrels. Grady Mueller, Lane Watterson, Easton Holland, Mason Olson, and Parker Wixo. So Central Cass gave the ball to the Bruins on the Squirrels 33, but South has done nothing with it. In fact, they've gone back 2 yards as Morris takes a snap, drops back, looks, has pressure, throws it up. Going for Kessel on the outside. Jump ball, almost came down with it. Great defense played on the outside by Lane Watterson. Drew Kessel, the junior, 6'7", 210 pounds. If you recognize that last name, he's got a brother that plays on Saturdays for North Dakota State. Also similar size in height. Right now we've got Drew Kessel on the sideline, kind of walking around a little gingerly after that jump ball. He was unable to come down with it. Great defense on the back end, like we said, by Lane Watterson, and it's 4th down. Late substitution for South. They're going to have to punt as you've got Caleb Nissen who gets it off. No return back there for the Squirrels, and it goes into the end zone for a touchback. So a little bit of a risk taken by the Squirrels, but defensively they held up, and probably shouldn't be too surprised when you go for it 25 times on 4th down. That defense is equipped mentally to go, hey, we may have to come out here in a pinch and make a stop, and they did. And the Squirrels' early statement defensively against the Bruins. We'll try to keep you up to date on what's going on around the rest of the state, the rest of Class 2A, including that Kindred Central Grand Forks Central game when we get an opportunity. Right now, it's the Squirrels' second chance to come out on defense. 9:29 to go in this first quarter as Kegley throws it out to the far side. Great catch and run, and there he goes. Squirrels get it up the field from the 20 all the way up to the 45-yard line. A gain of 25 for Kellen Cruchet, I should say, a freshman on the outside. You're going to hear a lot of different names from the Squirrels tonight, like I had mentioned. Many receivers over 100 yards receiving this season, 6 in fact. Now Blaze Cotton, as we had mentioned, does lead the team in receiving with 31 catches. But Kegley does not have technically a favorite, as he's going to hand it off to Cruchet in the backfield. He's wrapped up pretty quickly. About a gain of, give him 2, up to the 47. Well, just make it shy of the 47. We'll call it a 1.5. No, they do place it at the 47. You look at several different referees to try and get what spot that ball is at. Just got to trust these eyes. 47, gain of 2, 2nd and 8 for the Squirrels. Kegley, shotgun formation. Colton Cruchet join him in the backfield, who go right to left. Kegley takes it, a little play action. He looks right, throws the hips, and then gets it out to his safety valve and Cruchet, who tries to break a tackle on the outside and does. Nice little spin move, get him an extra couple yards. It looked like he was going to be stopped in the backfield by Javon Anderson. But the little spin move, just shy of the original line of scrimmage, allowed him to get it up to the Central Cass 49-yard line. So just on the other side of the 50. And a gain of 4 will make it 3rd and 4. So they said he stepped out earlier than initially thought. And we got a shotgun formation again. It's going to be a handoff to Cruchet up the middle. He's picking his way. He had to get to the 45 for a first down and does. And they'll move the chains. Shotgun formation for Morris again. He'll hand it off to, look like, can't get that number from the far side, but a good run all the same. We'll see who that was as he pops up off the sideline. Zane Blixt with the carry. First down up to the 30-yard line, so good run of 15 for Zane Blixt. Sophomore running back for the Squirrels. He'll stay in the game behind Kegley. Move slightly to his right. And then he takes the handoff again, trying to go up the middle. Not the same success as he had on the last run, just a couple yards up to the 28-yard line. As this drive for the Squirrels, moving the ball a little bit better than they did on the first one, which ended up being a 4 and out. Turnover on downs. South couldn't do anything with their first opportunity on offense, a 3 and out for them. And now Central Cass with the ball just on the precipice of the red zone, sitting at the 20, we'll call it 8.5-yard line. A 2nd and 8 coming up as we're approaching the halfway mark of this first quarter. Thank you tonight for joining us on your live events broadcast of EDC football. Kegley takes it, throws it right. Out there with the reception is Mason Olson. Gets a first down and more as he's into the red zone up to the 18-yard line. So a gain of about 10 on the quick out pass. And a 1st and 10 for the Squirrels. This drive started at their own 20 after a touchback on the punt from Nissen of the Bruins. And the Squirrels looking to draw first blood against South. Shotgun formation. Blick still in at running back as Kegley will put a man in motion. It's going to be a run around the left end with the ball is Cotton. That's Blaze Cotton. He's upended around the 10-yard line. Good run on first down for the Squirrels. Gain of 8 will set up a 2nd and 2. Ball on the near sideline as South sub it in and out defensively. Just saw Cullen Cooper check on in for the Bruins as Blixt has it, tries to run up the middle close to a first down, but they're going to mark him just short of that. Actually, that one is Kenny Nidovisky, who I had an opportunity to meet his parents before the game. Very nice people. They're going to say no gain on the play, in fact, so a 3rd and 2 for Central Cass. 2 downs to get a first down for the Squirrels. And I almost bet money on that, especially when you're 2 yards away from a first down, 10 yards away from a touchdown as we hit the 5-minute mark of this first quarter. A little slow getting out of the huddle as they got to move some guys around. We're at 5 seconds on the play clock. 2, 1, they get the snap off. Play action, looking to his right. They'll throw it out to the right. Crochet trying to get around the defense, and the South attack on the outside. Great job defensively by the Bruins. First there was Barnacle. Read that play like a book. And it ends up being a loss of 2. Make it 3 back to the 13-yard line. And it will set up a 4th and 5 for the Squirrels. And so have an opportunity to go for a field goal here. On to kick Matthew Bukow, whose kick is up, and it is good. So a 30-yard field goal puts Central Cass on the board first with 4:07 to go. It is 3-0 Central Cass. We break. When we come back, it'll be a kickoff here from the Fargo South turf. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
What was that? Is that Top Insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance, maybe?
I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe.
That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
Dan Gunnarsson, Grace Lear back with you here from Fargo South. 3-0 on our Bank North scoreboard. Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.com today. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Matthew Bukow with the field goal from 30 yards out to put the Squirrels on the board first. He'll kick off, and it is taken by South at about the 20, and then upended there is Jackson Lewis. Good kick coverage by the Squirrels, and their defense will come out. Well rested is this defense. It was a quick 3 and out for them, and then they got to sit on the sidelines as Central Cass drove it down nearly the length of the nearly 80 yards. Stopped on that 3rd and 2. Great job defensively on the outside by Tate Barnacle. And the defense for the Bruins to hold the Squirrels to 3, a team that averages 30.3 points per game coming in. But defensively is really where they hang their hat on. 16.7 points per game is what they're giving up defensively. Second best in the EDC. And we'll see what they can do. Second time around as Morris will hand it off to Agray, who is stopped for no gain right at the line of scrimmage, which sits at the 28-yard line. Henry Agray came in with 352 yards rushing and 3 touchdowns. Certainly one of the better athletes on this South roster, a roster full of them. They're going to have to find ways to get the ball into the best ones. Be a shotgun formation for Morris again as Gray stands to his right. Man in motion. Morris takes a little play action, tries to step up, throws it to the outside. There's Kessel with the catch. Quickly wrapped up on the outside as he gets it to the 36-yard line. With the tackle, Easton Holland. Gain of 8 on second down will set up a 3rd and 2. Morris, 3 to his left, 1 to his right in a shotgun formation. Looks like the Squirrels are showing blitz, and they do come with it. It's going to be Morris following a Gray over that left guard spot. He does get a first down to the 40-yard line. Needed 2, got 4, and Morris and the Bruins moved the chains. Nice play design from South, getting the first down there.
Grady Miller needed to come on the tackle. That's a first down for the Bruins.
Offensively, Austin Morris, Henry Gray. The other skill players, Drew Kessel's listed as a tight end, Amari Taylor, Kobe Simmers, Javon Anderson are the wideouts. In motion is Anderson as he takes the ball, trying to go to the wide side, cuts it up, and he is cut down about 3 yards on the carry. As they'll mark him down just short of the 44-yard line, almost 4 yards. The ball, tip of the pigskin right there. So it'll be a 2nd and 6. Two to the left, 2 to the right of Morris. Takes a snap. It's going to be a pitch to a Gray, trying to get to the outside, has to cut it in because defensively the Squirrels were all over it. Trevin Quam, one of the outside linebackers for this team, who has had one heck of a year defensively, 4 tackles for loss, was there to make a Gray cut back inside, and a loss of 1 will set up a 3rd and 7. As the play is coming in from the sideline. Minute 10 to go in this first quarter. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Morris stares at the defense. Gets an idea of what they'll be doing as he'll roll to his right. He looks downfield to his right, pops the ball, throws it over the head of Kessel. It's hard to overthrow a 6'7" guy, but he did there. And it goes out of bounds on the Bruins sideline, and South will be forced to punt. Understandably wanting to move the pocket. Morris, pretty good athlete, can run if he sees something. That is the short side of the field with where the ball is at. It's also very difficult to get your eyes off of a guy so tall and just so much taller than everybody else. You really feel like he can go and get anything. Got to give him a chance there, and they didn't, as that one is punted away. I don't know if that was touched on the outside. Central Cass came in really hot from that outside position was Parker Wixo. The punt ends up going out of bounds past the 35.
1st and 10, Central Cass.
We'll see where they mark it at. It looked like it went out of bounds around the 34-yard line. And that is where they will place the ball, and that is where the Squirrels will start with 46 seconds to go in this first quarter. Entertaining first quarter, defensive-heavy first quarter. Some strong plays made on both sides. South getting their first down of their offense, but unable to sustain anything. While Central Cass in their 2 possessions has come up with 3 points, and they'll look to build off that momentum. Shotgun formation as Morris will throw it out to the left. Looking for some room. Nice little spin move on the outside, and the ball is put on the ground, and a turnover. Colin Cruchet had a spin move and was moving his way upfield, and then it was knocked out of his hands and recovered by South. A big turnover for the Bruins, and they will get the ball on the Central Cass 47. A nice spin move on the outside as Cruchet had some room to go. But the ball knocked out of his hands, and South comes up with it. So Morris will set things up in a shotgun formation. Man in motion, he'll look to that way, and then he'll throw it. He's trying to dump it out to the outside. It's Tate Barnacle, and Barnacle is wrapped up and taken down right at the 50. So a loss of 3 on the play. Similar to what South did on their first offensive possession, where they had a great field position but went backwards right away. Same thing on that first play from scrimmage. And we'll see if South even gets a playoff here in this before the end of this first quarter. And doesn't look like it. 1 quarter in the books. Central Cass with a 3-0 lead over Fargo South. And we will break. When we come back, it'll be second quarter action from Fargo South High School. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
Dan Gutterson back here with Grace Lear, 3-0. As we got to the end of the first quarter, Central Cass with the lead over Fargo South. Sorry for the scoreboard inaccuracy. We got those things fixed. A lot going on behind the scenes here from Fargo South. A lot going on the field as the Bruins came up with the turnover. Now have it at 2nd and 13 at midfield on the near side of the hash. More motion for the Bruins. Barnacle is the one in motion as Gray takes it. Tries to turn his way up the middle. Got past the line of scrimmage, but then is taken down by a host of Squirrels. Eventually finished off by Aiden Thummel. Referee's nice enough to give him almost 2 yards back to the 48. Original line of scrimmage is the 47, so we have a 3rd and 11 here for South. As Morris with the shotgun formation. Takes a snap. Looks right, steps up, has pressure, is now flushed out to his right. Will throw, looking for Kessel, can't make the catch. Incomplete. Great defense on the outside by Colton Cruchet. Was looking for that back judge to see maybe if he wanted to throw a flag. It looked like Cruchet had his hand around that right hip of Kessel, but probably not enough to influence the play. Morris gave him an opportunity, but again, incomplete. And South will punt. This one again, Wixo coming in hot from that outside, can't make the block as Central Cass will come up with the punt, take it at their own 20 up to the 21-yard line. Looked like he had Benji. Oh, nope, Zane Blick. Sorry, number 20 with that one. And will be on the far hash mark for the Squirrels as they will start this drive from their own 21. Thank you to that last timeout sponsor by Cass County Mutual. Cass County Mutual provides insurance products of all southeastern North Dakota. The play, 2nd and 10. So this Central Cass offense holding on to that 3-0 lead. a 30-yard field goal about halfway through that first quarter by Matthew Bokow. That's why the Squirrels have the advantage so far, as it is a quick out to the far side for the Squirrels. On the reception for Central Cass, look like Cash Lorenz, number 80 for the Squirrels. The junior gets it up to the 24-yard line, a modest gain of 3, and will set up a 3rd and 7 from the 24. Impressed with this South defense. It has not felt like Central Cass has had a lot of room to breathe. They have been trying to penetrate the outside rather than go between the tackles. We'll see what they do here on a 3rd and 7. As he put a man in motion, that is Olsen. Thrown to the outside is Kegley. It is brought down, and a first down from Easton Holland as he gets it up to the 34-yard line. So a gain of 10 on the 3rd and 7, and a first down to move the sticks. Substituting in the defensive line for South. Out of the game, Mancy Muir. Into the game, Josh Supris. Kegley, little pump fake. He's looking. He's got a man. It's Holland. Can he hit him? Yes! Oh, in stride, and Holland is gone. 66 yards to Pater. And the Squirrels gash the Bruins for a big one. Boy, the pump fake to the outside, Callan Cruchet, who on that similar design has got a couple balls, got the South secondary at least looking in the backfield long enough that Easton Holland was able to sneak on through, and a beautifully thrown ball by Kegley, and the Squirrels strike on a big one. Bukow up and good, and it is 10-0 Central Cass. With 9:09 to go in this first quarter, in this first half, your score is Central Cass 10, Fargo South nothing. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Dan Gutterson and Grace Lear back here with you. Despite what that scoreboard says, it is 10-0 Central Cass with the lead. And again, some scoreboard issues tonight. Try to get that fixed along the next, when we get a chance here on the next break in action. 10-0 though with 9:09 to go in the first half. Central Cass is in the lead after a beautiful 64-yard pass from Brody Kegley to Easton Holland. Walkout to kickoff. Nice kick as it's going to be taken by Anderson, or I should say Lewis, who tried to go to the far side and didn't really get a lot of gained yardage on that kick return. And South will start on the far hash mark at their own 24-yard line.
First and 10 for the Bruins on their own 24-yard line.
Look around the rest of the state of North Dakota. Right now you've got Kindred and Grand Forks Central, one that everybody is watching on the EDC side. It's 14-0 Kindred with about 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Here we've got 10-0 Central Cass, 9:03 to go, first half. Shotgun formation for Morris. It's a man in motion. That's Anderson, and now we're going to get a timeout from South, and we will break as well. 10-0 Central Cass with the lead. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Catch all the action of the fall postseason for Minnesota and North Dakota high school football and volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
Going down the field, it's picked off here from Kindred. Tanning Johnson to the 30, to the 25. Johnson, could he go? Yes, sir! A 45-yard pick six for
Takes it up, played high in the air by Horkin. Here's risky left side off of a touch. Kept alive Thornton. Now played high. Angle, Saverson, smash! Count, good!
Check out the postseason schedule on yourliveevent.com.
Dan Getterson, Grace Lear back with you. 10-0 our score. Central Cass with the lead. Thank you to our timeout sponsor. We've got Toop Insurance. Tope Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan Tope in Castleton for a quote or review of your policies. Give Tope Insurance a call at 701-347-4045. Back to action as Morris takes a snap. We'll hand it off to Anderson coming around that right side. He's got a block in front of him, but defensively, you've got great pursuit from the backside there for the tackle. Aiden Thummel, who's been all over defensively tonight, doing a fantastic job of getting into the backfield. Does it again there. No gain on the end around from Anderson, and it'll set up a 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation for Morris. And now we're going to get a flag on the play. That's what the call is. Legal substitution. So the 5-yard penalty for the illegal substitution makes it a 2nd and 15. 8:25 to go in this first half. Central Cass on top, 10-0. As Morris will set up in a shotgun formation. Barnacle in motion. Taking the snap. Morris fakes to a Gray, looks over the middle. Kessel, boy, hit before that ball could come in, and we have 4 flags that come out. I chuckle because everybody wanted to get into the action. That one was pretty obvious on the pass interference. It's going to go against Easton Holland, who has the big touchdown reception. 15-yard penalty. They're saying it. Will stay 2nd down, as it was short of the line to gain. And one of the oddities when it comes to high school football is that unless it was past the line to gain, it stays the down, although you don't have to worry about the distance, as it's going to be a handoff to a Gray over that left side. The distance was cut down on the pass interference penalty, but now a tackle for loss and a loss of 2 for Henry Gray. And it puts it back. Ball at the 33-yard line. They said he didn't lose any, so 3rd and 1. Coming up for Fargo South, shotgun formation. Morris takes a snap. Play action. Now he's going to run it over that left side. Boy, almost tackled for the loss in the backfield. Holland just about got him, but Morris able to get out of that one. And a 1st down for Morris on a 3rd and 1. 7:15 to go in this first half. 10-0 your score. Central Cass with the lead. Shotgun formation for Morris. Barnacle and a Gray join him in the backfield. He's got Kessel to the wide side on his right. Simmers to the wide side on his left. That's Kobe, who runs it in, but he's going to look to the out. Double covered is Kessel, and Kessel goes up and high points the ball and wins. Down to the Central Cass 39. Gain of 25 on the pitch and catch. 1st and 10. Boy, double covered was Kessel. But again, we talked about it on the last offensive possession. When you're 6'7", Sometimes you just got to throw it up, and you're just going to be able to out-jump everybody, and he does on that play. And a first down, Morris to Kessel, gain of 25 with 6:39 to go in this first half. It's going to be a Gray to the outside. No, unable to get anywhere. As again, we've got pursuit from guess who, Aiden Thummel, and now this is not a good sight for South as their two-way star, a Gray, comes up limping and tried to get off the sideline and could not. So we will take a break here as they attend to a Gray on the field. 10-0 your score with 6:26 to go in this first half. Squirrels on top. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
When you think about North Dakota State College of Science, don't think about college. Don't think about desks. Don't think about buildings. Don't think about our expert instructors or our high-tech classrooms. Think about that new pickup you'll soon be driving. Think about decorating your first apartments. Think about that great job that's already waiting for you. Then, think about how you'll be doing all of those things in just 2 years. North Dakota State College of Science, the smarter way to college.
Well, Gray was able to get up and get to the sideline after going back down, and they're going to take a look at him while South will set up on a 2nd and 13. As the clock begins on the whistle. And Morris will have 3 to his right, 1 to his left. It'll be Barnacle in the backfield with him. He'll take the snap. He'll look to his left and then just taken down. Aiden Thummel again. This man is living in the backfield of South. Might as well be wearing the brown jersey of the Bruins. Aiden Thummel with the sack. Drops Morris back at the 50-yard line. And a loss of 8. Set up a 3rd and 21 for the Bruins. Morris, 3 to his right again. As he stands at his own 45 and will drop back. He'll look to the left, throw to the left, and it is incomplete out there. His intended receiver was Simmers, Kobe Simmers. And the incomplete pass will bring up a 4th down, and South will have to punt. A promising drive, a 25-yard pass to Kessel. Got it on the other side of the 50, but Aiden Thummel completely annihilated that drive. After that, a tackle for loss on 1st down and then a sack on 2nd down, and South will have to punt. Nissen will punt. This one is away. It's high, and it is going to take a South bounce inside the 20, and the Bruins will let it roll. And then we're going to get a flag thrown as Barnacle shoved one of the Central Cass players towards the ball. Looked like he was trying to get him to hit the ball and make it a live one so that they could recover. It looked like Brody Miller on that one. Now Barnacle is kind of looking at the sidelines of what did I do? We'll get the call from the White Hat. The ball was touched down inside the 15. But we'll see what this call is.
After the play was over, personal foul, number 4, in the kicking team. Penalties half of this to the goal. First down, Casper.
So they said a personal foul after the play was over, but I don't know if I heard a whistle. Looked like
Correction. The penalty is on the kicking team. Number 4, Central Cass.
Oh, the White Hat has got
4 on South.
White Hat a little bit confused on that one. Going back to the penalty, it's a personal foul after the play was over. I was a little surprised that they said it was when it was over. I didn't really hear a whistle as the block was still going on. No one can argue that is over, and it is Central Cass ball as this one is thrown out by Kegley. We got a new receiver for Central Cass, and on the reception is Carver Kosowski as he carves his way past the 45 up to the 46-yard line. A gain of 15 to Kasowski. The sophomore takes that one and moves upfield for a first down for the Squirrels. Central Cass does run a lot of the same plays, which feels like over and over again, and maybe some variations off that, but they do throw a lot of bodies at you. As Kasowski, first time we've called his name tonight, he stays in the game. Kegley takes it, looks, play action. He'll look to his left. He throws it to his left. His intended receiver, Kellen Crochet, incomplete. No flag on the play. Boy, on the outside there with the coverage was Jackson Lewis. And from our vantage point, it certainly looked like Lewis was a little bit early to the intended receiver, Kellen Crochet. No flag from either the sideline judge or the back judge on those on their position, and they would have had the best view of it. And so the incomplete pass stands, and it'll set up a 2nd and 10. Head coach Tommy Butler probably having the same conversation that we would be having with that referee over there. Probably not one of kind words or of agreement. 2nd and 10 still, though. Shotgun formation. Kasowski in motion. And did we get... We got a whistle. I don't see a flag. So I'm not...
Still 2nd down.
So it was a... I'm not sure. It looked like maybe an equipment timeout as they are bringing in a different football. That's the only thing I can gather from how things are progressing on the field. Didn't really get a lot of clarity from the White Hat, but based off what's going on the south side, it looks like they are looking for a different ball on this one. It gives us an opportunity to give you an update. Grand Forks Red River taking on Wapton tonight. Grand Forks Red River up on Wapton 20-14 just before halftime. Out west, we've got Minot North and Devil's Lake. Minot North up 7-0 on Devil's Lake. That one just about the end of the first quarter. 10-0 here. Central Cass has the ball. Kegley throws it out to the far side. That's Crochet, who tries to cut around some defenders and then is taken down up near the original line of scrimmage. I'll clean up what happened there. So, for whatever reason, there was a penalty that ended up having Central Cass lose 5 yards. And so that was a 2nd and 15 play. When we get a chance, I'll try to figure out what the specific call was when we get that opportunity. But right now you've got a 3rd and 10 coming up for Central Cass with 3 to the left and 1 to the right. Kegley takes the snap, looks, sets. Now he'll roll to his right, trying to find some room to run. Has some room to run. Will he take it? And he does. Now Kegley trying to get upfield and then slides down, taken down up near the 45-yard line. We've got stoppage in play. Tough to see, but I do believe there is a flag on the play. And with the way the white hand indicated, I think we are going to get this one going against Central Cass. So Kegley, who did not get a first down when he was brought down.
Holding, number 74, the offense. 10-yard penalty for previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
And so is holding on Wurzma. So we'll set up a 3rd and 20. Offensively, outside of that big play of 64 yards to Holland, this has been kind of a struggle on both sides of the ball. Central Cass, second offensive drive, did result in 3 points, but it stalled out in the red zone. And this drive has been mirrored by penalties and some inconsistency, able to throw the ball to the outside. We got a man in motion for the Squirrels. That's Holland, the big play receiver. Play action. Now it's going to be a little screen to the outside. Nice defense on the outside. Now we're going to get a flag. I think we're going to get a face mask from South. Javon Anderson, pursuit of the ball on Colton Crochet. Colton Crochet, I should say. Great job, but It did look like he may have grabbed a little bit of the face mask. And we'll see what the call is. Flag came out pretty quickly. It was about a 1 yard gain on the play. And here we go.
Personal foul, face back, number 11. 15-yard penalty at the end of the run. Replay third down.
So a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, but they will replay third down. And again, we saw this with the pass interference penalty earlier, so it's a little bit confusing. But with high school, we're so accustomed to fouls like this being automatic first downs in college or in the NFL. But in high school, because the distance to a first down was greater than the penalty yardage, there is a third down coming in. It's about a third, and I would say 4 for Central Cass. The penalty moves the ball into the South territory up to the 47-yard line. It's play action. Nope. Looks like, boy, nice job by Kessel on the outside to come on in, and Kegley couldn't get around him. And so Kessel will be awarded with a sack as Kegley took a knee basically at the 49-yard line. A timeout then called by South, and we will break with them as well with 3:03 to go in this first half. Central Cass with a 10-0 lead over the Bruins. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Back here, your live events broadcast on North Dakota High School football. Thank you to our timeout sponsor, Cass County Mutual, which provides insurance products to all of southeastern North Dakota. They're a local company providing local service to all policyholders. Visit CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you. Well, we got some clarity on the penalty that sent Central Cass back 5 yards. They called it a delay of game penalty, which was an odd one. Play clock was at 11. I think in large part it had to do with the equipment issue that caused Central Cass to throw out some footballs. And this one very clear. We're going to get a false start on Kellen Cruchet on the outside. So a 4th and 7 at the 49 becomes a 4th and 12 at the 44. This has just been a penalty-ridden drive for the Squirrels as Kegley goes to the sideline. We'll see what they decide to do. Wouldn't be shocked if they went for it because they went for it at their own 33 in the first quarter. And here with 3:03 to go in the second quarter, they're going to line up in a shotgun formation. Kegley will take the snap, and then he'll just pooch punt it, and it'll take a Central Cass roll inside the 20 to the 19-yard line. So a little quick punt from Kegley, but it works. And the Bruins will start at their own 19-yard line, down 10. South, again, has had a really tough time moving the ball, but so has Central Cass. This has been really a defensive battle for both of these teams. But South, who does get the ball to start the second half, will be looking to put points on the board with 2:54 to go in this second quarter before we break for the half. South puts some points on the board. You don't know, momentum is a crazy thing, but it really makes you feel a little bit different about how this half went if you're down 7 as opposed to 10, or if you're down 3, even as Morris and this offense will look to punch it in. 81 yards away, Central Cass sets up defensively, thrown to the outside. Nice little pitch and catch to the outside as Simmers takes it down. Close to the 29-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. 2nd and 2 for South. Simmers did get out of bounds, so the clock stops in a shotgun formation here. For Morris, who takes a snap. He'll drop back. He looks quick out again to Simmers, who just has that comeback route as he gets a first down on the reception.
That's a first down for the Bruins.
Guarding him on the outside is Lane Watterson. But a nice pass break up in the end zone in the first quarter drive defensively as he was on Kessel. Now he's got his hands full with Simmers, and he'll creep up a little bit closer as that ball ends up going to the 34-yard line. And a gain of 7 for a first down. So Morris will roll to his right, has a clean pocket. He looks, steps up, fires, throws it. Nobody there. Not sure if he thought Simmers was going to go deep or if Kessel was going to be there. More white jerseys than brown in that area. I think the closest even player to that one was Holland for Central Cass, 2nd and 10. 2:36 to go in this first half now because both of Simmers' receptions ended up having him go out of bounds. It allowed for the clock to stop without South wasting one of their remaining timeouts. Snap by Morris. He looks, a little blitz comes, and it's Simmers over the middle. Now Simmers going to try and run to the far sideline. He had to cut back towards the line of scrimmage. Lost a couple yards as he was getting around Central Cass defenders. Eventually taken down at the 41-yard line by Parker Wixo with the tackle. It'll set up a 3rd and about 3 for South. Morris. A little hard count, then we'll look to the sideline for the signal as the clock will dip under 2 minutes to go in this first half. Morris takes it, drops back, looks, throws it out to his left. It's Anderson there with the catch. Kessel with the block to try and spring him, but he went back towards the line of scrimmage. And there for the tackle on the outside for the Squirrels was Grady Mueller. Good job defensively by Mueller to get out there. Ends up being no gain on the play, back to the 41. So still a 4th and 3 coming up for South with 1:30 to go. We will see. Koza will decide, the head coach for the Bruins, if they're going to punt or go for it. Down 10. And Morris, a running quarterback who's had a couple designed runs for him. He's in play here. Shotgun formation. Morris takes the snap, drops back, looks, throws to the left, and it is caught on the outside by Kessel. He's got enough yardage for the first down. He was brought back, but where he caught it at the 45 was a first down. And the clock stops as they move the chains with 1:04 to go. Mueller there for the tackle. These quick outs are moving the ball for South. Clock starts now as we get to 50 seconds. Morris takes a snap, drops back, looks left, throws, I should say right, has a man wide open on the outside. Nice catch up past the 35, up to about the 33-yard line. It's Javon Anderson with the reception. And a big pass play for South, as it is a first down for the Bruins. Shotgun formation. Morris steps up, throws left, looking for Simmers, trying to come back to the ball, incomplete. Ball landed up short of the 15, and Simmers was still a couple yards away from getting it even. Stops the clock with 35 seconds to go for the Bruins. And he'll set up a 2nd and 10. Make sure to stay tuned for our halftime show brought to you by First Class Mortgage. We'll recap this low-scoring first half. Try to get you up to date with what's going on around the rest of the region and get you prepared for the second half of action here from Fargo South. Morris shotgun, takes it. Barnacle in the backfield with him, picking up the blitz. Morris over the middle, and it's picked off! It's picked off by Holland as a flag goes flying. Holland returns it to the Central Cass sideline as he is pushed out of bounds up at about the 35-yard line. The flag came out shortly after the interception. We'll see what the call is. South pointing that it's on the Squirrels. Nobody has left the field with 26 seconds to go. And here's the call.
Number 10. Knock the receiver off the route. 15-yard penalty. Results in first down.
So the call ends up being a pass interference on Grady Mueller. And I'm not sure where that was. Now, it was thrown by the judge on our sideline, and Mueller could have been lined up on one of the receivers on that side. There is a conversation still ongoing right now, and it might have to be with where did the penalty occur at. Ball placement is important, obviously, on this one because with the pass interference, it would be a spot foul. The ball was at the 33. And so we're trying to figure out where they're going to put the ball. So they move it forward. And they're going to give them the 21-yard line. So it ends up being a 12-yard penalty. For what it's worth, Mueller is one of the linebackers for Central Cass. And I believe he's lined up on the inside at this moment as he is. So it's going to be a throw to the outside, and that one is caught out there. Nice reception by Amari Taylor. First time we've called his name tonight. As it looked like on the outside, Wixo tried to get his paw on it, couldn't knock it down. Taylor gets out of bounds, short of the line to gain, which is about the 10-yard line. But it is a 2nd and 1 at the 19 with a timeout left, and South has put enough together. They have got an opportunity. They're knocking on the doorstep to get into the end zone. Again, going back to that pass interference, kind of put a bow on it. We didn't get a good vantage point wherever that ball was thrown. I don't think the penalty occurred anywhere near there. Shift to the defensive line, but Morris will throw it out to the left, looking for his man Kessel, who goes up and brings it down for the touchdown. An 11-yard pitch and catch to Kessel, and South, an absolute perfect drive to end the half to get them on the board. It's 10-6. Nissanana attempt the extra point as Morris will hold. Field goal will make it 10-7. Snap down, kick up and good. And the Bruins, who couldn't do anything offensively, put together a great drive and get on the board. And remember, they get the ball to start the second half. So with 13 seconds to go, this game has completely changed. The look and feel of it. Now, for South, one thing to remember, their two-way star, Henry Gray, went out about halfway through that second quarter, turning his ankle on a run to the near sideline. He is standing with his helmet on near a couple teammates. Saw him on the stationary bike earlier. But whether he returns or not will be something to watch for in this second half. 13 seconds to go. So still, a lot of things can happen here for either of these teams. As Nissen sets it up at the 40 and boots it away. High end over end kick. And this will be muffed at about the 15-yard line. And trying to come forward with it is Zixt. And he is down at about the 21. Pardon me, that wasn't Zixt. That was Easton Klein who gets it to the 21. And Central Cass with 6 seconds to go in this half will come out and most likely just take a knee on this one and get us to the halftime. Boy, 10-0 was our score. It looked like an Easton Holland interception had stopped a promising South drive. A flag comes out from the near sideline. Pass interference, ball back to the Bruins, and 2 plays later, it's Kessel from 11 yards out and a touchdown for the Bruins. And it is a knee for Central Cass, and we go to the break. 10-7 our score. Central Cass has the lead. The Bruins have the momentum. And we will see what they do with it when we get into the second half. We pause. When we come back, our First Class Mortgage halftime show from Fargo South High School. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Hungry and on the road, Petro Stopping Center in Fargo has got your back with an impressive lineup of goodies including Popeye's Chicken, Charlie's Cheesesteaks, Cinnabon, Papa John's, and a mouth-watering full-sized restaurant, the Dolly Down Grill. You'll be spoiled for choice. Whether you're a quick pit stopper or looking to settle in for a while, Petro Stopping Center's Fargo location has got you covered 24/7 every day of the week. Cruise on over to their spot just off 45th Street and I-94 and indulge in a feast fit for the road warrior in you.
Prairie Supply has the expertise to help you tackle even the toughest jobs, from concrete and rebar to heat and winter construction services. Prairie Supply has extensive product lines with professional on-site solutions you can trust. Prairie Supply is a supplier of construction equipment and materials specializing in, but not limited to, concrete construction. Prairie Supply supporting the hard-working contractors in the field or at the drawing board. Visit Prairie.
Dan Gunderson back here with you on the First Class Mortgage halftime show. First Class Mortgage, locally owned and operated. It's more than just their company name. It's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. They provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. Just an interesting first half of football and a lot to kind of discuss and digest through the first 24 minutes of this one. It was really all Central Cass for about the first 23 minutes and change. And when Easton Holland picked off that ball, it felt like Central Cass was going to escape with a shutout in the first half. But the penalty, which kind of asking around here in the booth, nobody really saw the pass interference that was ultimately called on Grady Mueller. But the penalty extends the drive. Mari Taylor catches the ball on the 11 on the next play, and then after that, it's an 11-yard pass to the tall tight end, Drew Kessel. And here we sit at 10-7, a game that South absolutely needs to have. The standings the way that they are coming into this one, Central Cass sits in 4th place in the EDC, while South is right outside of there at 0-2. But because the top 4 teams make it, a win tonight for South vaults them right back into the discussion as it relates to the playoffs. Central Cass, meanwhile, I mean, they're staring down the barrel of a gauntlet when it comes to the schedule, because after this, it's Central, and then after that, it's Kindred, the rival, and the other team that moved on up to Class 2A. The Squirrels offensively have had a lot of starts and stops. They've had some good drives. They've had some bad drives. The last drive that they had the ball was a very bad one offensively. The delay of game was what the call ended up being. I don't know where my eyes were. I did not see the play clock go to 0, but one of the spotters here in the booth was able to clear that up for me, and that was the reason for the delay of game. I was completely thrown off because they changed the ball during that delay of game process. So it was a very odd situation for me. I apologize for that one. It's a pretty easy call, and I missed that one. But the delay of game on that last drive, you had some holdings. You just could not get going for the Squirrels. Their biggest play is 64-yard pass to Holland, Easton Holland, with the lone touchdown for the Squirrels tonight. The reason that Central Cass is up to begin with, but it was a play that they tried again later on the other side of the field. They had went to the near side with the Holland touchdown. They went to the other side late in this second quarter on the almost a stop and go. And the play design as they spread it out, the inside receiver stops. It's a pump fake to him. The outside receiver goes, and it's a throw to him. They can kind of mix and match what they do. On the one that I'm referring to, Kellen Crochet went long, and the pass out, it looked like, from what we could see, a pass interference on the outside. I believe it would have been on Jackson Lewis if the call would have been made, but no flag was thrown. Tommy Butler, head coach of Central Cass, none too pleased for no penalty, and that ended up stalling the drive for the Squirrels when it was all said and done. South has done a great job of hanging in defensively. They've taken some shots, but nothing has put them on the mat. They have stuck with Central Cass. The Squirrels haven't really been able to get a lot going outside of the Holland touchdown deep. It's been a lot of quick outs. It's been a lot of runs to the wide sides wherever they're at, but South has been able to match. We talked to Tommy Butler again in the pregame show, and he said the DNA of this team, the guys, the athletes, if you will, for South, those are going to be the tough ones to try and match up against and try to counter. And so far, South has really done a good job of holding their own through the first 24 of this one. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look around the region and get you some updates on some high school football scores. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Today.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Hi, we're Tommy's Express. Scan the QR code for a fast pass to a free month of washing. Our modern car wash offers a bright, open environment and a low-stress conveyor belt entry. Our signature scent, ceramic body wax, spot-free rinse, and heated blowers give you the best shine in town. Check out the wash for yourself. Washing your car is easy, fast, and fun. Visit Tommy's Express today.
Stop on out to Watts Ace Hardware in Castleton and gear up with name brands from Steel, Milwaukee, Vigo, and Craftsman Power Tools. Watts Ace Hardware has a key cutting section, and check out their different paint mixing options from Benjamin Moore, Clark and Kensington, and Royal. From their grills to Traeger, Blackstone, Weber, and the Big Green Egg to the Customer Laser Engraving Center. Watts Ace Hardware is a place you need to check out. Stop in at 1610 Governor's Drive in Castleton for Watts Ace Hardware.
Welcome back to the First Class Mortgage halftime show. Let's get a chance to look around the region at some of the scores from other games going on tonight. We start with Class 3A, where West Fargo Horace is all over West Fargo Cheyenne. That one late in the fourth quarter. That's 28-7. Shanley, meanwhile, up 42-7 on Fargo North. That one not quite at the half. West Fargo, the Packers, with an early stunner over Fargo Davies, 7-0, that one at the break, but the Packers holding their own, winless in the EDC so far this year. Davies, the number 1 team in state. The number 3 team in state, Legacy, tied with Bismarck, 14-14 at half, while Century's all over Minot, 28-0. And at the half, Mandan up 49-26 over Williston. Class AA, it's gone final. Kindred with a 21-7 victory over Grand Forks Central, and so the Vikings stay undefeated as they defeat the number 3 team in state, the Knights. 7-7 at half is what we have now, an update of Davies over West Fargo Packers. Just want to give you that one as it is coming in live. Grand Forks Red River up 28-20 over Wahpeton at the break. That one is of interest for both of these teams, as Grand Forks Red River would stand to benefit the most from a Central Cass loss. Meanwhile, in the western part of the state, number 1 Minot North up over Devil's Lake 13-0 at the break, and Watford City up 14-7 over Jamestown. Quick look at the Class A landscape. Number 5 Ellendale, Edgeley Calm, up 14-6 over Northern Cass at the break. Also at the break, Hillsborough Central Valley with a 10-0 lead over Lisbon. A big one as it relates to the Class A East side of the region, as Hillsborough Central Valley looking to put themselves in the postseason. Langdon, area Munich, up 42-22. In fact, they beat Park River 42-22, a battle of undefeateds. Thompson defeats Grafton in a big win, 14-12. Looking elsewhere, Velvet Drake Animus, along with Garrison, 28-7. They are up over Bishop Ryan at the break. Kildare up 35-28 as they're in the barn burner with Southern McLean out west. A look at the 9-man landscape. Right now, you've got Lemoore Litchfield Marion 66-6 over Richland. That's the number 2 team in state. Wyndmere Lidgerwood up 16-12 over Maple River, an important game for Wyndmere Lidgerwood. North Border, shout out to the Eagles, 16-0 over Nelson County as the Eagles 6-1 on the year, look to move to 7-1. Cavalier, meanwhile, up 28-6 over Larimore. Divide County, number 5 team in state, down to the number 4 team in state, Alexander, 26-12. Number 3, Linton HMB, up 20-0 in the third quarter over Kidder County. A good battle as Kidder County 6-1 has been receiving votes. That's going to do it for our look around the region on our First Class Mortgage halftime show. When we come back, a little insight on what we can expect for the second half and the kickoff from Fargo South. You're watching North Dakota High School football and your live event.
If you're ready to save time, aggravation, and money, the team at Weber Insurance is here and ready to make the process as painless as possible. Weber Insurance makes sure you find the best insurance because their agency is 100% independent. They have the freedom to shop the marketplace and find the best possible combination of cost and coverage. Talk with Dan, Carol, Leslie, or Craig to get a quote started today, or go online to weberinsurance.net. Call, click, text, or stop in at Weber Insurance, locally owned in Castleton.
Ada Building Center has been serving the Red River Valley with exceptional customer service and competitive prices. From computer drafting, estimating, on-site consultations, free product delivery, they are there for you from start to finish. Ada Building Center, LLC, Highway 200 East Edge, Ada, or online, adabuildingcenter.com. They'll help you turn your project into a masterpiece. Ada Building Center, LLC, building dreams, one project at a time.
Fall is here, and that means harvest will ramp up quickly. How did your planter do this spring? Did you have the correct down pressure? Was your singulation spot on? Did you need row cleaners or a better closing system? This is Chris from Agassiz Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer, and we are here to help. Discounts, 0% financing, and $50 per row rebates on most all systems will give you the tools to improve your planter pass. Give us a call at 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Have a safe and profitable harvest.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
For the last 25 years, Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties has been serving the real estate needs of Fargo Moorhead and the surrounding communities. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, Carlita is ready to help you evaluate the market and make the right choice for you. Take the first step into selling into your next home by calling Carlita Dietz at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Premier Properties at 701-367-5918. Experienced, confident, qualified. Carlita Dietz.
Dan Gunnarsson, Grace Lear here with you as we are about to get underway in the second half of action. Thank you again to First Class Mortgage for sponsoring our halftime show. Locally owned and operated, First Class Mortgage is more than just their company name. It's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. They provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. Well, South will start with the ball in this half. And, you know, if you're the Bruins, it's trying to carry that momentum into this second half, this third quarter. The last thing you could do is start with a 3-and-out or barely being able to move the ball. I think that would be the worst thing that could possibly happen for the Bruins, who found a little momentum, little quick outs. I would expect a little bit more of that quick out game, especially if Henry Gray is unable to go in this second half. For Central Cass, the self-inflicted penalties, and I think that's probably a lot of what the conversation was about in the halftime, quote-unquote, locker room for the Squirrels, finding an opportunity to put together a strong drive and give yourself a chance. The penalties have just been killer for the Squirrels. It is away. It is a squib kick taken by Lewis. Taken by Simmers, who goes up that far sideline and spun out of bounds into the Central Cass bench, past the 45, up to the 49-yard line, I want to say, is where they'll end up marking him down at. And a first down and 10 from the 49, so a nice return by Kobe Simmers, who is in the back to receive that kick. Usually we see Javon Anderson or Jackson Lewis bringing that back for the Bruins. Simmers will stay out there, and Tate Barnacle will join Austin Morris in the backfield as well. So no Henry Gray to start this. He is on the sideline. He's got his helmet on. He's standing next to Gabe Jacobson, but for the time being, he will start this half on the bench. Shotgun formation for Morris as he puts a man in motion. Morris finally takes the snap. No flag for a delay of game. Boy, that was a long working play. Didn't really matter. In fact, I think if I'm Central Cass, I'm probably happy they actually got the play off because it goes back 2 yards, and it's Thummel. Again, Aiden Thummel, the junior linebacker, and it's a rough account on my end, but I would say it's probably 3 tackles for a loss tonight along with a sack. And now we got a flag. And we'll see what this is about, but either an illegal substitution or an illegal motion, but we'll see. So yeah, legal substitution on South and 12 men in formation. This is exactly what we said could not happen for the Bruins out of that halftime locker room. Just a long time to get the snap off on that first play. Ended up in a 2-yard loss, and then an illegal substitution on the next play in 2nd and 17 after a really good kick return by Simmers as Barnacle comes in motion. Looking to his right, they're going to throw it back to Barnacle, who's got a lot of room in front of him. It's closed on quickly on the outside as Barnacle will get it back almost to the original line of scrimmage. Over there for Central Cass, Colton Cruchet to make the tackle. Blocking to the outside was Jacob Artek. So not as many yards as I thought originally. It's only 5 yards on the play for Barnacle. We'll set up a 3rd and 12. Shotgun formation for Morris. As the Central Cass crowd sitting right under us, getting into it. Morris sets up, rolls right, looks right, has pressure in his face, and he's taken down. Do I even have to tell you who? Aiden Thummel. What a game for that young man. Another sack and a big loss as South will be forced to punt. Central Cass will put Blixt and Cruchet back to receive. As Nissen will punt, takes it. And that's away a high end-over-end punt, but very short as it lands at the 45 and takes a Central Cass bounce towards midfield. Picked up there by Adron Wilson. But Central Cass, as bad as that first half ended for them, the second half couldn't have started any better. Now, their first offense possession, if it ends in points, it'll be a perfect start to the half. But the 3 and out, the bad punt setting them up with really good field position at their own 46. And out trots the Central Cass offense. Cagley, shotgun formation. He'll put Cruchet in motion, then back out to the right, and he'll throw it that way. Kellen Cruchet tries to get past a couple of defenders, cannot. There for South was Javon Anderson and Tate Barnacle to take down Kellen Cruchet, the freshman, after a short gain of about 3, and it will set up a 2nd and 7. We see that little motion a lot, both at the NFL and college. A little bit more pronounced, I would say. You see kind of that inside receiver hook around the quarterback on a motion. They call that an orbit motion. That's probably like a semi-orbit motion. This is going to be a handoff up the middle. This one's to the other Cruchet. Colton picks his way past midfield to the 46 of South, and it will set up a 3rd and 2. Again, they did the same type of motion where Kellen came towards the quarterback and then was told to go back out. And instead of throwing it to him on that one, they gave it to the running back. A little confusion on the defensive line. It's going to be Colton up the middle. Cruchet, first down. Central Cass needed 2, got 3 past the 44 to the 43. And a first down for the Squirrels. Couple substitutes. Also see Kessel come in for South. Drew Kessel. The touchdown reception of 11 yards for the Bruins. See bumps to the outside of the line. Lines up, hand in the dirt. It's going to be Colton Cruchet on the outside. Nice little one-hand grab with the left hand as he cuts it upfield. Picking his way through South defenders. Close to the stick. Down at the 34-yard line. Gain of 9. Colton Cruchet stuck that paw out there, was able to grab the pigskin with one hand, and his momentum carried him forward. And a nice-looking drive for the Squirrels. Kegley, shotgun. Slaps the hands together. Play action. Looks right. Steps up. He'll throw. Looking for Holland, who makes the catch on the sideline. Beautiful over-the-shoulder grab to the 11. 23-yard pitch and catch. Easton Holland showing out on offense tonight. The junior. Big reception. And into the red zone go the Squirrels. Great concentration as well, as that was not a wide open Holland. He was draped on by the South defense, but able to hang on to it all the same. As Cruchet will take it over the right side, he gets inside the 10 to about the 7. Gain of 4 on first down. Squirrels can still get a first down. It would have to be just inside the 2-yard line. 2nd and 6 for the Squirrels. As the offensive line breaks the huddle, and now the skill positions take their spots. Kosowski line it up just off the right tackle, Wiersma. Or pardon me, that might have been Wunderlich out there. It is Wunderlich on the right tackle as Kegley will throw it over the middle, and that is caught. the aforementioned Kasowski with a 7-yard touchdown reception. And Central Cass comes out on fire to start this second half. Kegley threw across his body to Kasowski, who, as mentioned, had lined up just outside of Aiden Wunderlich on that right part of the offensive line and got behind the defense and was able to score, and the extra point is up and good, and the Squirrels have taken a 17-7 lead with 7:17 to go in this third quarter. We pause. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
17-7 our score on our Bank North scoreboard. Bank North has been trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. See what values-based banking can do for you. Visit banknorth.com today. Bank North, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. 17-7 is our score, as Central Cass not only gives you the 3-and-out defensively, but they take the good field position and score with it. 56 yards away, and Central Cass punches it in on that 7-yard pitch and catch, as this one goes off a South defender, or I should say receiver, then rolled up on by the Bruins. A little squib kick, almost caught the Bruins off guard. They are able to grab the ball, but it is all the way back at the 24-yard line of South. And the Bruins will start from there. Austin Morris and this offense looking to move the ball. We haven't got an official word, but we imagine that Henry Gray, who also is one of the best players that this team has defensively, is most likely done for the remainder of this game. Still in uniform, still on the sideline with his helmet on, but Tate Barnacle is joining Morris in the backfield as Morris takes a snap, drops back, looks, throws, and almost intercepted on the outside. Watterson was there, almost like he was running the route for Anderson, the intended receiver for South. They ran that little quick out about 3 or 4 times on their scoring drive in the first half, tried to go back to it, but Watterson was having none of it. Pass breakup makes it 2nd and 10. Shotgun formation again for Morris. Play action now. He's going to run off that left side, and he cannot find any room. And boy, to add injury to insult, Thummel comes in and just takes him down hard up at the 25-yard line. A lot of pain for 1 yard for Morris. And it'll be a 3rd and 9. 3 out wide. 1 to the left. That's Simmers to the left, Kobe Simmers, as Morris has Barnacle in the backfield with him on the right side. Clean pocket, and then it's quickly collapsed on as Morris breaks out of a couple of tackles, looks, throws, and almost intercepted again on the outside as Central Cass, Mason Olson, comes in to break up that play. Came in a little bit late. Morris, if he had a little bit more time, he have found his guy downfield right at the sticks, but Olson drives on that ball, almost comes away with the interception. The incomplete sets up a 4th down, and South will have to punt on their 2nd possession of the half. Punt is away, and it is Cruchet is going to take that fair catch. And again, good field position for the Squirrels up at the 43-yard line. They're at the 44, their own 44. on their first drive of the half, now at their own 43. And again, with the way that the offenses have been running tonight in that first half, as Central Cass is able to put more points on the board on this drive. It's not exactly over, but it would be a tall task for this Bruins offense to climb out of. The Central Cass defense has come out with a mission in this second half. 2 3-and-outs to start things. Kegley in the backfield, along with Cruchet. And 3 out wide to the right, as Kegley will hand it off to Cruchet, who tries to bounce it out to the left, cuts inside some blockers and turned nothing into something. Looked like Barnacle may have had him wrapped up for a loss, but that quick cut towards the middle and back towards his line allowed for him to gain, make it about 5 yards, and we'll set up a 2nd and 5. Same formation for Central Cass, but they put Cruchet in motion as he runs to the near side, and then he runs out of bounds as he was pursued by Barnacle. A little quick pass. That's about 2 yards on the play, maybe 3, as it gets him up to the 49 of South. So 3rd and 2 for the Squirrels as we approach the 5:30 mark of this third quarter. Again, a trips formation to the right. It's going to be a handoff, Cruchet up the middle, and Cruchet's got nowhere to go. Great defense by the Bruins. A host of South players there to make the tackle. Among them, Carter Brown and Jacob Artek with some nice plays, and it will bring up a 4th down and 3, and so South want to get off the field here defensively as the Squirrels have a decision to make. As Coach Butler and his crew discuss things over. And we're going to get to a 10-second mark, and I would imagine that a timeout is forthcoming for the Squirrels. Don't want to try and rush this on 4th down. And there it is. Timeout. Central Cass with 4:56 to go, and we pause as well. 17-7 your score on the Bank North scoreboard. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
At Castleton Lumber, they want to be part of every stage of your building project from the ground up. Let them assist with planning your project timeline in a way that's affordable and efficient. Castleton Lumber has everything you need to get the look you love with windows, siding, roofing, and doors. From choosing the right materials to the finishing touches, you can count on the folks at Castleton Lumber. Stop in and talk with the crew today or call 347-4471. That's 347-4471.
Dan Gutterson back with you here from Fargo South. Thank you to Taupe Insurance. Get in touch with Ryan at Taupe Insurance in Castleton for a quote or review of your policies. Give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045. That's 701-347-4045. They are our timeout sponsor along with Cass County Mutual. That timeout by Central Cass, first of the half with 4:56 to go in the third quarter, and a decision forthcoming. Central Cass going for it on 4th down. Part of what they do. It's part of their DNA. They've gone for it on 4th down one time so far tonight. It ended up being incomplete and a turnover on downs. And here they're going to do it again. It's going to be a handoff over that left side, looking for some room, and moving forward past the sticks was Kellen Nowitzki, I should say, with a 1st down run to the 46 of South. And so the 1st down on 4th makes it 19 times that the Squirrels have converted on 4th down so far this year. 19 times, 19 for now, 26 on the season. They came in with a 75% success rate on 4th down. Nowitzki is still in the backfield, a little pump fake as Kegley will look over the middle, has a man, and it's just out of the reach as intended receiver, Gavin Taupe. And now we've got a flag in the backfield. And being picked up from the turf was Brody Kegley. Looked like he had a defender now.
15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So it looked like he had a defender in hot pursuit of him, and according to the referees, that defender had time to pull up, did not. And Kegley finds the turf and a flag to follow, so a first down on the roughing the passer penalty. And the ball moves deeper into South territory up to the 31-yard line. Didn't get a number on that penalty. As Kegley will get the offense out. Man in motion, it's going to hand off to Holland. Holland goes around one defender, but can't make it around the next one on the outside. With the tackle is Jackson Lewis. A loss all the way back to the 35-yard line, so a loss of 4. Did get a number on that. Roughing the passer was Adron Wilson. Senior linebacker, who if South can hold here will be forgiven for his aggressiveness. Jackson Lewis, nobody's asking for forgiveness for him being able to attack the rusher on the outside. Holland dropped for a loss of 4, 2nd and 14. Kegley, play action, little RPO action, in fact, as he rolls right, throws right, flag flies, throw is incomplete as the intended receiver was Cash Lorenz, I should say, and good defense on the outside. So penalty's going to be on Central Cass by the initial indication.
Holding 75. The offense. 10-yard penalty for previous spot. No second down.
Jacob Erbach with the penalty, and the hold is accepted. So it'll be now 2nd and 23 back at the 44-yard line. And this is one of the things that plagued the Squirrels in the first half, penalties. And starting to show up here late in the third quarter with 3:28 to go. And we've got doubles to the right of Kegley, who will take the snap, and he'll throw to the right. The guy that he intended to throw to on the long pass play that was called back for a holding, that is Lorenz Cash. Lorenz. Modest gain up to the 40. Set up a 3rd and 19 for the Squirrels. For Central Cass, looking to probably take 10 to 12 yards out of this and give your team offense an opportunity to go for it on 4th down. Doubles to both sides, and now you put a man in motion. Boy, they look like two guys were moving at the same time before the snap, and there's pressure in the backfield, and taken down back at the 45 is Kegley. Ripped down by Mancy Muir of the Bruins. And it will be a 4th and very long for the Squirrels.
That brings up 4th down for the Squirrels.
You had a couple guys moving to the left. Almost seemed like it was at the same time. No call, though, as Colton Crochet and Parker Wixo were moving that way. 4th and 24 as South kind of comes up, and it is going to be a pooch punt, something we've seen before. So the kick will go into the end zone for a touchback. Almost didn't have enough momentum to carry it that far, but the touchback does bring the ball out to the 24 South. So a stop that they needed, they got. Despite the fact that Central Cass was moving the ball, we saw penalties, and on a 3rd and 19, the pressure ends up getting to the Squirrels and getting to Kegley, who was unable to find any room to maneuver, and is dropped for a sack. His punt past the goal line brings the ball out to the 20, and that is where the Bruins will start things out from on their 3rd offensive possession of the half. Trips left as Morris will bring Barnacle in motion, who sets up right behind Morris, who play action will look left. He'll throw left, has a man out there Was it caught? Yes. Nice reception going down to get it was Javon Anderson.
Pass complete to number 11, Javon Anderson.
Puts it up to the 24-yard line. So 2nd and 6 coming up for South as we have about 90 seconds to go in this third quarter. The Bruins scored before the end of the first half and are looking to try and add on to that as Morris will run to his left side looking for room. And, oh, boy, he is hit hard by Holland right in front of the South bench and is able to be picked up by his teammates. Tough young man is Morris, as he ended up gaining just a couple yards on that one. Holland said hello from his safety position on that play. The 2-yard gain and a world of hurt for Morris will bring up a 3rd and 4. And a big 3rd and 4 as the third quarter is melting away. 45 seconds to go. Boy, Morris looks unfazed from that hit. Takes the snap, drops back, looks, has to step up in the pocket. More pressure, will throw it out. Wide open man on the outside is his running back, Barnacle, who shakes one tackle past the 45 up to the 46-yard line. And then Barnacle slow to get up. And that is the last thing that South can have happen right now at 25 seconds to go. They already lost to Gray late in the first half. And now Barnacle is having a solid game, not only offensively, but defensively as well, is down on the turf on the Central Cass side of the field with 25 seconds left in this third quarter. We will pause. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
Since its beginning, the Central Cass Booster Club has generated and helped sustain fan interest in the men's and women's athletic programs at Central Cass High School. Through the years, that mission has broadened to also enhance the youth programs throughout the community. For more information, search Central Cass Booster Club on Facebook or email centralcassboosterclub@gmail.com. That's Central Cass Booster Club @gmail.com. Go Squirrels!
So as you can see, Barnacle able to walk off under his own power, albeit gingerly, as he comes to the sideline. So they're looking for a bottle of water for him. Boy, you really hope that it's nothing more than a cramp for this young man. South needs him after converting on that play. And a first down at the 38-yard line. With the clock running on the signal, Morris will take the snap. Drop back to pass, looks, and he'll throw left, looking for a guy. And boy, Watterson trying to jump over the top of the intended receiver, Javon Anderson. And now Watterson, who has had a good game defensively. He's broken up 3 passes tonight. He's down on the near side at about the 50. He went up high to knock that one down. Good defensive play from the defensive back, but he is taking a seat with 13 seconds to go in this one. We'll keep it right here as he is able to get up off the turf and be helped up off the turf by one of the trainers from Central Cass. The incomplete does bring up a 2nd and 10, so we've had a couple of stops for injury over the last 2 games as Watterson's able to walk his way off to the sideline. And we'll see if this break will allow for Barnacle to try and find his way back in there. He is on the sideline right now, trying to hydrate. Looking to see who the running back is in the backfield with Morris, and it is Jackson Lewis. So 3rd string running back at this point, Jackson Lewis. On a 2nd and 10. We'll roll out to the left. Well, Morris looking for some help. He gets it from Lewis and then throws it, and it is picked off An ill-advised throw as Morris was just trying to get rid of it before he got blown up, and he threw it right into the hands of Colton Cruchet. Boy, I tell you what, Morris has been playing with fire quite a bit tonight from that quarterback position. A lot of throws into traffic, and that one just didn't need to. He could have just thrown it out of bounds with where he was sitting, and instead it falls into the hands of Cruchet, and again, Central Cass with phenomenal field position at their own, at the south 36-yard line. The pressure did get to him. Jackson Lewis did come off of his running back position, peeled back and made a block to at least give Morris a little bit more time to try and explore the field. The options were limited, and in fact, no good option presented itself. That was the interception for Colton Cruchet. First turnover for South tonight, as he's in the backfield. Little pump fake, then a throw. He's got a man, and it is incomplete. Kellen Cruchet on the outside, and that is how the third quarter will end. 70-7 on your Bank North scoreboard. Our score at the end of 3. The Squirrels holding on to a 10-point lead. We break. When we come back, the fourth quarter will get underway from Fargo South. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
At the Central Cass School District, excellence isn't just a goal. It's our mission by empowering individuals to make a positive impact. Central Cass School District is dedicated to providing students with an innovative curriculum supported by a variety of co-curricular activities from athletics and the arts to leadership and service, aiming to provide excellence between students, staff, family, and community. Central Cass School District, fostering student excellence by inspiring individuals to be their best.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
17-7 our score as we are about to get things underway in this fourth quarter. Central Cass has the ball at the South 36, 2nd and 10. Colton Cruchet interception is what set the Squirrels up with great field position. And now Keegley and the offense are hopeful that they can do something with it. Keegley takes a snap, handoff. Cruchet right side's got room, past the 20, and then taken down there at about the 19-yard line. Nice explosive run to the right side, to the 29-yard line. Gain of 7. I can't do math. It's not what I went to college for. I'm a mass communications major. I work in insurance now. Math, not my strong suit. Gain of 7. 3rd and 3. Cagley marking out orders to his offensive line and then repositioning Cruchet in the backfield with him. A little pistol formation from the Squirrels. Keegley will take it. Cruchet handed off up middle, then tries to cut left, and then is. Did he get the first down? Boy, it depends on the spot. I think he did, though. Yes, he did. First down, 3-yard run, so Cruchet moves the sticks for the Squirrels in a 1st and 10. And again, we talked about it on the last offensive drive that the Squirrels had. If they had scored, it probably was curtains for this South offense with the way that they had been moving the ball. And I would say the same still stands on this drive for the Squirrels. Points, probably of any kind, really, a touchdown especially, really make this a tough hill to climb for the Bruins as Holland takes that ball on the outside up to about the 18-yard line. Give him a gain of about 8. So Central Cass on a 2nd and 2 here. They throw Wixo out wide. It looks like he got the defense shifted to the right because of the trips. Central Cass looks right, pump fake, now rolls right. Kegley, he's got room. cuts back in, first down, then taken down from behind near the 10-yard line. First down run for Kegley. Good run as well for the young man, the quarterback for Central Cass, the junior, who came into this game 15 touchdowns on the year and only 2 interceptions. He's added to that total tonight with a couple of touchdowns. The turnover that Central Cass has is a fumble, and so that interception number has stayed static at 2. Kegley, the junior, great command of his offense. They're in the red zone at the 11. It's a throw to the outside. That's Kellen Cruchet on the outside trying to get his way towards the end zone. Is stopped at about the 5-yard line, so a gain of 6. As Central Cass continues to go to the short side. When we talked to Coach Butler on the pregame show, he just mentioned how many athletes are up and down the roster for South. And really, one way to try and shorten the speed and athleticism is don't put the ball in as much green space as possible, which might be part of the reason they keep throwing to the short side. Man in motion for Central Cass from left to right behind the offensive line. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. It's Colder Cruchet, who's in for the touchdown from 5 yards out. And the touchdown for Colton Cruchet, his 8th of the year with 9:26 to go in this game, makes it 23-7 Squirrels over the Bruins.
Matthew Bucco on to attempt the extra point.
Snap down, kick is up and good. 24-7 on our Bank North scoreboard. Central Cass with the lead. We'll keep it right here to let you know, and stay tuned for the postgame show brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash, where we will name the Enbridge player of the game and announce our Agassi Precision Ag play of the game. Looking around, scores from the region. We start in this class, Class 2A, mentioned earlier, but worth mentioning again, Kindred comes away with a huge victory over Grand Forks Central, 21-7. In the fourth quarter, Grand Forks Red River has pulled away from Wahpeton 49-26. Meanwhile, Central Cat, well, we're here for that one. I should say Minot North is up over Devils Lake 26-7. That one late in the fourth. 14-0 the lead. Early first quarter, Bismarck St. Mary over Dickinson, and Watford City up at half on Jamestown 14-7. One game or 2 games of note, the Kindred win, and what looks like a Grand Forks Red River win. And those 2 victories, especially the Red River one, if stands, really make it difficult for South or Wahpeton to sneak their way into the postseason. It is not a over for good, but it makes it tough. That is for sure, as the squib kick is taken by Barnacle, who is back in this game, by the way. And his first opportunity to touch the ball offensively comes with a squib kick picked up at the 35, and then he is just driven into the Central Cass bench. He comes out no worse for the wear as he runs back to the south sideline. 9:20 to go. What does Austin Morris and this offense have in store for their team? For this squad, down by 17. For South, it'll be 4 downs no matter what from here on out. They have to score, and they have to score a bunch. Barnacle will join Morris in the backfield. Good to see that young man out. He has had a strong game, both offensively and defensively, since Henry Gray went out late in the first half with an ankle injury. Shotgun formation. Morris steps back, throws left, and boy, incomplete. A little miscommunication on the left side there, as Amari Taylor was the intended receiver, but almost coming up with that ball on the outside was Keaton Link. Looks like from that outside spot. Give Central Cass this. They rotate in a lot of bodies. They have a lot of people who will play 2 ways. About 5 or 6 guys who will play both offensively and defensively. So a must to find men who can come in and sub for a series. Here's Austin Morris. Boy, he's got a lot of guys coming after him. He's got to throw it away. As defensively, Central Cass was bringing the house. Trevin Quam was there. He was outside the pocket, and I do believe he got that back to the line of scrimmage. And so a 3rd and 10 coming up now for South. Thank you. That's exactly what I said. 3rd and 10 now for South, with the ball at their own 34-yard line. Again, I would be surprised with 9 minutes to go and some change in this one that South wouldn't go for it on 4th down if that comes up, as Morris throws double coverage, and there's the flag. Yep. You had Wixo, who shoved down the intended receiver on the outside. And quickly the flag came out as Kobe Simmers was the intended receiver. I guess the only conversation on that one would have been, was that a catchable ball? But the quick flag and easy call mean the ball moved 15 yards and a 1st down for South up to the 49-yard line. Morris has been thrown into a lot of double coverage, and even more so in this second half. Shotgun formation. He'll take the snap. Morris drops back, throws it for Kessel. Kessel tries to stay inbounds and then one-handed as Wixo's there on coverage. So incomplete. We'll set up a 2nd and 10. Kessel, who has the lone touchdown tonight for South, an 11-yard reception. And the clock will slowly move along here as we have hit the 9 o'clock hour on this Friday night. Without your star running back and down 17, South has been forced to pass on about every down. And Kobe Simmers comes up with the play. Holland takes him down with a hard tackle up at the 40, but a 1st down on the pass play of about 11 yards. But to finish that sentence, because of the necessity of passing on nearly every down, you've got ends just coming after you aggressively. There is no worry about whether or not they're going to run any kind of draw. And so Morris has had pressure in the backfield almost this entire quarter, and there he goes. Taken down from behind by big number 76, Jennings Cooney, the senior. Morris trying to navigate a little outside of that pocket and climb the ladder, was taken down back at the 44-yard line. So a loss of 4 on the play. And shotgun formation with 4 wide. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Stand up, sit down, fight as Morris will fight with his legs to the left side, past the 40, past the 35, but no more. In fact, right at the 35. And a gain of about 8, make it 9. And a 3rd and 5 coming. So Morris, who does have a handful of rushing touchdowns so far this year, can utilize those legs and found an opportunity to get outside the pocket and move the ball in a positive manner. Takes the snap, he'll drop back, he looks, sets up, looking, now has to scramble out of the pocket, now throws it up and looking for his intended receiver, which is Kessel. No, in fact, it is intercepted by Colton Cruchet, his 2nd interception of the game. Kessel tried to go over his back, but Cruchet boxed him out and grabbed the ball, and Central Cass will take over at their own 14-yard line on the 2nd turnover of the game for the Bruins. Desperation had taken over for Fargo South. Morris wasn't finding anybody open, downfield or otherwise. And so The interception for Cruchet gives Central Cass the ball with an opportunity to whittle down some of this clock and post yet another victory on the season. For the Squirrels, they're looking to move to 5-2 on the year. Play action, throw out to the right side. Kellen Cruchet with the ball. He is shoved down there by a couple of Bruins. Long chain Ajax.
Pass complete to number 24, Kellen Cruchet. LeBron Wilson.
The pass does get them a first down up to the 25-yard line. So a gain of 11 on first down. And the clock continues to run. Shotgun formation. Well, maybe make it a pistol formation. I believe we got Zane Blixt in the backfield with Kegley, and he'll take the carry. Up to the 33-yard line. We're just short of the 33. Gain of about 7 on the play. Make it 8. 2nd and 2 as we've hit the halfway point of this fourth quarter. Central Cass in no hurry to move or snap this ball. Pistol formation again. And it's going to be a handoff to Blixt again, but this time nowhere to go as he is taken down hard in the backfield. Nice tackle by Drew Kessel, who used all of that 6'7" frame and leverage to throw Blixt back and down. Loss of a couple on the play will now set up a 3rd and 5. Shotgun formation again. Kegley puts a man in motion, takes snap, throws it out to the left side, looking to move up, but nowhere to go on that side was Kenny Nedovitsky. As Barnacle and Kessel come up with the tackle, and no gain on the play back at the 30. So 4th down, and again about 5, as the line of gain is the 35 of Central Cass. The Squirrels don't really look like they have any intention of breaking the huddle anytime soon, and maybe just letting this clock go down to about 1 before they take a timeout. Kegley is over on the sideline, in fact, so that's probably what they're going to do, and do, in fact, take that timeout with 4:09 to go in this fourth quarter, and we break with them. 24-7 on your Bank North scoreboard. The Squirrels well on their way to victory number 5 over South here on the road. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
As an American Family Insurance agent, Chris and Monica Heisey look out for what matters to you most, even when nothing is wrong. These days, everyone wants to save money, and they can show you how easy it is to have multiple policies by combining your auto and homeowners insurance. Let Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance put some change back into your pocket. For more info, visit chrisheisey.com. That's chrisheisey.com for all the details.
Thank you to our timeout sponsor, Cass County Mutual. Cass County Mutual provides insurance products to all southeastern North Dakota. They're a locally owned company providing local service to all policyholders. Visit CassCountyMutual.com to find an agent near you. 4th and 5, Central Cass. Kegley looking to see if he can get this defense to jump. Will step back and punt it away. A high hanging punt that will take a Bruins bounce into Central Cass territory down at the 46-yard line.
Punt is down at the Squirrel 46-yard line. The Bruins take
4 minutes and 1 second to go in this one. As the Bruins, an offense that has, outside of that one drive in the first half and right near the end of the first half, in fact, has found it very difficult to move the ball against this Central Cass defense. And we came into this game saying Central Cass's scoring defense, one of the best in the conference, 16.7 points per game. They're living up to that tonight. A lot of pressure on Morris as he steps back looking. More pressure up the middle, and down he goes. First to get there for the Squirrels was Evan Wiersma. That young man, really tough to see over him, and Morris had pressure in his face very quickly, unable to find an open receiver. The sack ends up being a loss of 8 and puts the ball back into South territory as Morris doubles to the left, doubles to the right, will throw to the left, and the throw is low, incomplete. Looked like his intended receiver on the outside. Yeah, Carter Shambaugh. First time we've called his name tonight. Looked like Keaton Link on the outside with the coverage. We'll set up a 3rd and 18. Morris takes a snap. He looks to his right. He steps up and he throws, and he's looking for Kessel, and picked Holland. And he's going to return it on the near side, cutting back to the far side, looking for some room, and then thrown down at the 45-yard line after the 3rd interception thrown by Morris tonight. He was looking for Kessel, and Holland all over that one. Brings it back into South territory with 3:06 to go in this game. So Central Cass, with this victory, they're going to end up keeping pace with Grand Forks Red River. We'll also go to 2-1 tonight. Grand Forks Central falls to 2-1 as well, with Kindred going to 3-0, 7-0 overall. And what's important about that is Central Cass next week does have Grand Forks Central before taking on Kindred. And so with the loss that suffered by the Knights, Central Cass has an opportunity to go into the Kindred game with a potential opportunity to take over first place in the EDC, although depends on what Grand Forks Red River does to end out the season as well. But things could get very interesting towards the end of the season if Central Cass is able to take care of business next week. Still about 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game here. Squirrels taking their time. Want this clock away. Zane Blexton at the running back position. Now he moves over to the right. It's a pump fake, and there's a throw out to the right side trying to get to Kellen Cruchet, and he caught it. What a catch by the freshman. Oh, my. How he caught that, I am not sure. Caught that very low to the ground, kept his hands under it, but then also had a defender all over him. Certainly his jersey was getting grabbed on his right shoulder. And the concentration for him to come up and grab that ball, I should say go down and grab that ball. What a play by Kellen Cruchet, who's got a bright future in front of him. The freshman, who's on the far side. As Kegley will take the snap and give it to Blixt on the outside, who's wrapped up and taken down out there by Madid Ajak, I should say. And now we've got a Bruin player down with 1:43 to go. It looks we've got just a cramp with the way that the Bruin players are working on it. Again, make sure and stay tuned after this one for the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show, where we'll name our Enbridge player of the game and our Legacy Precision Ag play of the game. When you look at this game and how it's progressed, defensively, you got to look at somebody to be the player of the game on the Central Cass team. 3 interceptions, a ton of tackles for loss, holding the South team to just 7 points. A name that comes to mind, as it is Tate Barnacle coming off the field, who was dealing with cramps late in that third quarter. And they've come back here in the fourth, most likely signaling the end of his night. But going back to the Central Cass team, as we think about who would you name that player of the game, Aiden Thummel is a young man that comes to mind. Colton Crochet with a couple of interceptions as well, along with a rushing touchdown, another name that comes to mind for you, as Blixt will take that. No, it's not Blixt. It's Nidovisky who hasn't. Then he's shot down as he gets past the 5-yard line. We'll set up a 3rd and goal for the Squirrels. So we're under 90 seconds left in this one. Thank you all to joining us on tonight's broadcast. Appreciate you all tuning in. Appreciate the sponsors. Give us the opportunity to bring you high school football. 3rd and goal from about the 4. Taken, thrown out to that right side. Kegley with the throw, and taken down rather quickly on the outside is Crochet. And Central Cass will have to get off one more play, as the play clock will hit 0 before the game clock does. And so Bukow is out to attempt a field goal. And a nice way to, I would say, bookend this game. It started out with a field goal. And this 24-yard attempt to potentially end it. No, it's blocked on the outside and picked up by South and pushed out of bounds after blocking is Jackson Lewis. And that is how this game will end. A blocked field goal by Jackson Lewis, and taken out there by South at about the 25-yard line. All for naught, as Central Cass walks away victorious 24-7 on the Bank North scoreboard. We'll break. When we come back, it is the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show from Fargo South. You're watching North Dakota High School football on your live event.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities. There hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
We aren't meant to be still. And while you determine the direction you'll go, we're just here to help you along the way. So go. Go with experience. Go with teamwork. Go with neighbors. Go with integrity.
What was that? Is that top insurance?
No, I'm pretty sure it's Toop Insurance.
Maybe Toupee.
Could be Toupee. Yeah, I don't know.
Or Taupe Insurance? Maybe?
I don't think so.
Say it right. That's T-O-O-P. That's Taupe.
Oh, it's Taupe. That's Taupe Insurance in Castleton. Get in touch with Ryan today for a quote or review of your policies.
Dan Anderson back here with you on the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Love your ride at locally owned Tommy's Express Car Wash. Sign up in the app for your free first month of unlimited washing and make Tommy's Express Car Wash your spot. Tommy's Express Car Wash with 2 locations in Fargo and 2 in Moorhead. We have the tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out. So, Central Cass with the victory. And a big one at that as it pertains to the standings. 2 more games to go for the Squirrels, and this win certainly puts them right in the discussion, not only for a postseason berth, almost a foregone conclusion at this point, but more importantly, an opportunity to finish at possibly one of those top 2 seeds. 2-1 now in the EDC, and they are joined in that spot by Grand Forks Red River, a team that they lost to earlier this year. In fact, last week they lost to, but Grand Forks Central, who fell tonight 21-7 to Kindred. And so you've got a grouping there behind the Vikings, all at 2-1 with the Knights and the Rough Riders. And the Squirrels are right there in a big win to stay in tow with them. They got a big one next week against the Knights, and one that certainly will be on a lot of people's radars. And a win there would then put them with an opportunity against Kindred, assuming that Kindred will win in Week 7. A chance to try and take out the Vikings, their rival, and the team that joined them up at the Class 2A spot. For a chance to win the EDC in their first year in it. But there's a lot still to finish and a lot to go through here for these Squirrels. And tonight they're going to enjoy this victory, and a hard-fought victory at that. Don't discount what South was able to do. It was 10-7 at the break. Central Cass just came out and played a little bit more focused in that second half. But that first half, South had them thinking. With the way that they were playing offensively, a Drew Kessel 11-yard touchdown right before the break made it 10-7, and the Squirrels were kind of looking around going, how tough is this going to be in the second half? But an almost perfect start to that second half for the Squirrels, where the quick 3-and-out followed thereafter by a big touchdown drive, a touchdown pass that ended up going into the hands, if I can remember the number here, of Carver Kosowski, about 7 yards out. And really signaled the end of the night for Fargo South, as the Squirrels would come away on the Bank North scoreboard with a 24-7 victory. The 5-2 overall record for this team, and 2-1 in the EDC, with Central the next team to play. Hopefully we will be joined by head coach Tommy Butler of the Squirrels and a player as we name out our Enbridge player of the game and our Agassi Ag Precision play of the game. All of that to come here on the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show on your live event.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
For a top-notch car wash experience, head to Fast Lane Car Wash, situated next to the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo. They treat every vehicle with the same respect and care as their own, ensuring that your car is in good hands from pre-wash preparation to hand-dry finish. Check out the Fast Lane Car Wash on the west side of the Petro Stopping Center in Fargo, and spruce up your ride with interior detailing, buff, and wax at the Fast Lane with Thomas, weekdays from 9 to 2. Call 701-799-8226 to schedule an appointment.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms, saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage, our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Catch all the action of the fall postseason for Minnesota and North Dakota high school football and volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
Going down the field, it's picked off here from Kindred. Tanning Johnson to the 30, to the 25. Johnson, could he go? Yes, sir! A 45-yard pick six. Ford takes it up, played high in the air by Horkin. Here's risky left side off of a touch. Kept alive Thornton. Now played high. Angle, Severson, smash! Count, good!
Check out the postseason schedule on yourliveevent.com.
When you think about North Dakota State College of Science, don't think about college. Don't think about desks. Don't think about buildings. Don't think about our expert instructors or our high-tech classrooms. Think about that new pickup you'll soon be driving. Think about decorating your first apartments. Think about that great job that's already waiting for you. Then, think about how you'll be doing all of those things in just 2 years. North Dakota State College of Science, the smarter way to college.
Dan Gunnarsson now joined here on the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show by Mason Olson. Mason, congratulations on the win tonight for you guys. A big win at that, as now you've got just 2 more games left, but you keep yourselves right in the thick of the EDC conversation. Let's start with that first half and what South was able to do to keep things tight. What was it that was kind of giving you guys so much trouble offensively to move the ball consistently against them?
They are a very physical team, so we had to try to power through all that, and their coverage was good, so we just had to find their weakness and kind of keep going through there.
What was the mindset going into halftime? I mean, you guys were up 10-7. They had just scored a touchdown right before the break, and they were getting the ball coming out of the half. What was that conversation like with your coaches?
Oh, it was awesome, and they just encourage us like that. We know what they're gonna do. We know what just keep doing what we're doing. It was one bad drive. They drove down the field and just got to keep powering through it. We made a few changes, and everything worked out at the end.
Yeah, second half you guys really turned it on defensively. 3 turnovers
Yeah.
from that secondary. It's got to be fun to be a part of that. Well, what were you guys keying in on in that second half to allow you guys to be so aggressive going after the ball?
Just staying on our guy, staying in coverage. He'll scramble, but that's what we got our fast D linemen for. I mean, they got to him I don't know how many times, and just keeping pressure on him and make some bad decisions.
Let's talk a little bit about Aiden Thummel, because that young man had a heck of a game tonight.
Yeah, he did.
All over the field, bunch of tackles for loss, couple sacks in there. What did you notice about him and his game that really allowed for him to set the tone?
I mean, he's always so aggressive, and that's what makes him so good. When he sees a pull, he triggers right away, and that just makes him so good.
Your coach just entered into the booth, and I'm going to ask a question, and this is a test, so we'll see how you answer this. What are you guys thinking about now that you move on to Central? Is there any thoughts about them, and then Kindred after that?
I just got to keep moving. If we keep playing like we are, I think we're going to be just fine.
I get a head nod from your coach. So I think you aced the quiz there. So, well, Mason, I appreciate your time. I'll take the mic from you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We'll bring in head coach Tommy Butler of Central Cass. And, Coach, big win for you guys tonight against a very Game South team that came out. And the question I asked him was, what did you notice about that team in the first half that made it so difficult for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, one, they have tremendous talent on their team. I told you that in the pregame. Like we were, all week we were prepared that they have a ton of athletes. They're going to play hard, especially at home. It's senior night. They got everything going for them. So, I had to weather the storm. Felt like we had opportunities in the first half, just didn't quite execute the way that we wanted. But when we went into half, their big tight end makes an unbelievable catch. There's a reason why he's probably going to Michigan. There's a reason why you get those Division I offers. But, we just told our guys that we went at half, he's going to make plays like that. And we have to be okay with that. And everybody said the same thing. We'll chalk that up to a little bit of DNA. Sometimes your Jimmys and Joes are a little bit better. But, again, I thought we didn't waver. We made a couple little adjustments, and our kids just kept battling. And they just kept executing, and they just played with a ton of confidence. And I loved our effort and our tenacity that we played with tonight.
I want to talk about Aiden Thummel specifically.
A couple little adjustments to what we were doing, and he's the one barking out orders, telling everybody where to get to. Him and Grady Mueller. This is the best game that our 2 inside backers have played. And again, I think there's a reason why we played as good as we did. And I mean those guys, and then the guys up front, speeding their quarterback up, where they're just not getting easy throws. I think made a huge difference. And then our DBs and backers just, making tons of plays. I think we had 3 interceptions. I think we probably had 5 or 6 that we could have had. But again, we didn't even let those things that were, again, in times past, that would kill us. It's like, oh my gosh, we just about had them, and now we let them off the hook. But now this group, again, and that's what I told them after the game. This is who this group is. We are a tough out when we play like this. So we're excited to see where we're at, and we got some good games coming up, though.
Yeah, and that would be the last question I have for you, because it's Central after this, and then Kindred following that. And just whether you know or not, Central did lose.
Yep.
Ends up losing to Kindred, and Grand Forks Red River did beat Wahpeton, and so it's a mix now. Everybody's right there at 2-1 with Kindred at 3-0. You start with Central, though, and what is the focus going to be? What is the mantra going to be in practice this week as you prepare for the Knights?
Yeah, I mean, it's about us. It's about us executing. It's about us playing our best ball. Obviously, they're unbelievably talented. Coach Schauer, I've known for a long time, is a great coach. He's going to have those boys ready again, especially off of a loss. Like they're going to come back, raring to again try to be that number 2 seed. But again, we can't worry about what everybody else is doing. It's about us. When we play at our best, again, I think we're a tough out. Obviously, there are some really, really, really good teams in our league. But I think this just gives us a chance. And again, I think we're just excited of where we're at. We just got to keep playing. I told our guys in the second half there, we want to keep making them play plays, like keep making them snap the ball. We felt like we could, kind of dictate what they were doing. And if we just continued to keep making them have to snap the ball and not give up the huge explosive play, which we really didn't all night. So, for us to continue to do that type of stuff is what we're going to focus on, and we know it's going to be a tough task ahead, but this group's ready for it.
Yeah, it should be a fun one next week against Central. Coach Butler of Central Cast, thank you so much for joining us here.
Yeah, man, you guys are the best.
Yeah,
Squirrels, baby.
Thank you, Coach Tommy Butler, head coach of Central Cast, here joining us on the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. The Agassiz Ag precision play of the game, we didn't even mention it really much in the post-game show. But the Easton Holland touchdown, that first long touchdown of the game, that's going to get our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game. Your local precision planting dealer, Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. And, of course, the Enbridge player of the game. We were joined by Mason Olson, but we talked a lot about Aiden Thummel in this post-game show, and for our money, he was the Enbridge player of the game. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Enbridge.com for career opportunities. And, of course, one more time, Tommy's Express Car Wash, our post-game show sponsor. Love your ride. Locally owned Tommy's Express Car Wash. Sign up for the app, for your free first month of unlimited washing, and make Tommy's Express Car Wash your spot. Tommy's Express Car Wash with 2 locations in Fargo, 2 in Moorhead. They have the tools and the expertise to keep your car clean inside and out. Fun game tonight, and it's going to get a lot more fun as the season goes along. 2 more games before the postseason for Central Cass. That's Central next week, Kindred following that. So make sure and stay tuned to your live event, as they will have all of those games throughout the regular season and into the postseason for football, volleyball, and all other sports up and down the Red River Valley. My thank you to Grace Lear for running our camera tonight, to all the sponsors who give us this opportunity to broadcast high school athletics for you throughout the year and bring to you some fantastic action. For your live event, I'm Dan Gunnarsson saying thank you so much and have a wonderful rest of your night.